It's waiting, baby. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ripster. I'm joined here by Heritage tonight. We are going to be your hosts tonight for the BCL finals. This is going to be a super hype match tonight. The finals between Revolt supporting or representing EU here, and then we will have Infinity representing NA. The battle between NA and EU is going to be absolutely massive tonight, and we are super excited. And I'd like to have Heritage go ahead, take away, and introduce yourself.
Uh, yeah. Hello, everyone. Assuming looking at that viewer count, that is a very big one. I think ever since we first started this entire thing, we peaked at 100. This time we're peaking at 80 at a BCL Spring Finals, which is kind of surprising. I didn't expect it to be. I think we peak at like 70, but to get 80 is pricey. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Heritage. I'm basically, in a nutshell, I talk quick. Hopefully, try to get some action. Try to explain what's going on. And somehow Vid and Ruby thought I was good enough to be on the mainstream, and that's how it is.
Exactly, and he's a great caster. Be bringing some of that hype, some of that energy tonight. I'm going to be going over the color, breaking down the plays for you guys, showing you guys some of the strats and kind of the behind the scenes on what's potentially going on in the minds of these players. And then also for anyone who is interested in trying to join the BCL, we actually, for the BCL Season 1, if you're looking to get into competitive breachers, BCL is the place you're going to want to go. There's over 80 teams already around the world in this league, and Season 1 is going to be starting June 6th. And it's looking to be absolutely insane. Triangle Factory, who are the developers of the game, are directly supporting the league. So you got to come. There's more to come on prize pools and all of that very soon. So you guys are definitely going to want to check that out. And with that, we're also going to be looking at sponsors. And we actually have a quick word from our sponsor, iSTOCK.
Weapon in VR is inherently flawed because it's based off the relationship between your two controllers, which can lead to some pretty wacky stuff happening from the game trying to interpret your inputs. More importantly though, it can make tiny slight adjustments to your aim really hard to make, since you can't necessarily hold your arms in the air that accurate. Thankfully, we have a fix for that with the use of iSTOCK. iSTOCK is a real physical stock that you can attach to your controllers, so that instead of trying to hold your controllers in the air a set distance apart from one another, you can manipulate a physical representation of the weapon you're holding. All it takes is to anchor the stock between your chest and shoulder, connect the wrist straps, and pull taut. I personally use my stock in any VR shooter that I'm playing, and it has immensely changed my aim. Whether it be Onward, Breachers, or even Population 1, gameplay will never be the same when you have a stock. This ain't just an ad, bro. This is your opportunity to stop bottom fragging for good. It's time to start making some big plays for your team. Go to iStockGaming.com/testtubeboy or click the link in the description to get your hands on one.
And so if any of you guys are looking at potentially picking up a stock for yourself and you aren't wanting to spend hundreds of dollars, iSTOCK's the place you're going to want to go. Affordable stocks, able to get some stability. Definitely go check that out as the sponsor of the BCL. And it looks like our players are actually going to be ready. We're going to be getting ready to go into the first map here, which is actually going to be Factory.
interesting pick coming in towards side of factory. I mean, this is a interesting pick coming from Infinity. I do believe they did get the map pick, assuming they won on the coin flip, but I think pretty interesting as, you know, Revolt, they started to pick up their pace a little. In the side factory, they started to use a lot more verticality compared to something like that, where Infinity, they're playing a lot more direct, they're playing more on that same level, and then especially when they try and, you know, throw util, they throw like frags, smokes, flashes, and also being able to use cloaks and just being able to play around the outside.
I think Infinity is a super disciplined team here. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at here on Factory is exactly how are they going to be utilizing that util. You know, they are kind of known for trying to use it more effectively, use it in interesting ways, and keeping it coordinated and tight as a team. So that's definitely what we're going to want to see here from Infinity going into this first map. Now on the side of Revolt, absolute powerhouse of players on their own. Each of those players you see them constantly, consistently dropping kills, and so we're going to be seeing a very nice close game here. I don't know, what do you think the scoreline, kind of pre-game prediction for anyone here watching? Go ahead and predict what you think the scoreline is going to be on the first map. Is we're going to be looking out here. I personally want to see a draw on the first one. I think a 6-6 first map would be absolutely hype. I don't know, what about you, Heritage?
I'd say there'd be like a pretty much. I really hope there's like a stomp, but you know, a draw is definitely possible. You know, the calibers of these two teams, you know, Revolt, they are able to beat Wicked, you know, who was expected to be, you know, be one of the grand finalists here. But with that upset on Wicked, they definitely cemented themselves as okay. So we cut to the okay.
We actually got a nice little lineup here.
We got a nice little lineup. This is.
Wish I could hear what they were saying. You got a little bit of BM. Oh, it looks like they're actually not BM at all. Just
they're
nice
not BMing. We got
around.
a little bit of handshakes now.
Really respectful.
We call this sportsmanship here.
Very respectful here from both sides. You got so absolutely fantastic stuff to see. As I think that means, you know, the handshakes are down. I'm just waiting for someone to hit that button and get us into the first map.
Someone press the button so I could just take over. Let me take over and then just talk. Let me spit some words and make absolutely no sense, but I kind of expect a 7 to yeah, I expect a 7-3 in the favor of Infinity. I'm a firm North American believer. I believe in NA. Fuck Europe, but I believe in NA, so I'm kind of rooting for Infinity here. But anyways, we finally get in after a couple of anticipations as we start with a ground floor bomb site.
Yeah, so ground floor bomb site here. We are going to see Revolt is going to be defending on this, you know, starting half, and Infinity will be on the outside. We'll be looking around, seeing what they're planning on doing the outside. They already have a drone here on Cosmos, so Cosmos is actually going to be rocking that drone. We'll see what he's going to be trying to, you know, obviously get some intel for his teammates. Try not to spend anything, and they're actually going to push towards assembly line. Looks like 5 men towards assembly line as they just kind of go towards this bomb, the ground level. No one's really looking around orange halls yet, so it'll be interesting to see if someone's going to potentially wrap around that, try to get a little bit of a pinch, or if it's just going to be an assault from the warehouse side.
Definitely a weird pick coming in from Infinity. They're opting to go for a little bit more of a off-meta approach. They're obviously trying to hit more of a conveyor side, rather than something like orange, where, yes, that does give you direct sight into B or A, but that leaves you more vulnerable to flanks because that's a lot more expected. There's a lot more utility. There's a lot more tripwires, store blocks, statics, and all type of defensive utility coming in from if you're playing Revolt. But so a little bit of a drone in coming in from Cosmos. You know, I played these two yesterday. I played Cosmos and Blunt yesterday and got rolled from them. So I was like, I hope they do well in this grand finals. But well, it looks like they're going to be attempting a little bit of a outside A foam. They're going to think the Fuse is going to be the first line defense. Jester and Dolphin, as well as Tryhard, able to get the first one, but Fuse gets caught lacking. Tryhard's able to get the first pick of the round. Now the reinforcements has to come in from the side of Revolt. They have to now play around it as Dolphin. She's able to find Compacted with that Cyclone. Now there's nades coming in, thrown left and right. 3v5. No progress made yet as one of the walls does back drop. So now Infinity, they're able to get into sight. Hazel cannot find it, but Tryhard able to find 2. Hazel able to find a second. Tryhard able to get it. The kills. Tabs trying to find Dolphin, but immediately gets a refrag as Infinity get the first round win of Factory.
And what an exciting first round that was. You saw just the potential there. The util usage of the drone for one, just showing how disciplined they were, clearing absolutely everything. That's one of the weaknesses of pushing on the assembly line side is, yes, it's a little bit easier to get into the sites from there, but you have so many places where the enemy can be ratting in corners and then end up just with a nasty flank on you. That drone giving all the information they needed to push up, get super deep, and then from there, Infinity had all the space that they needed to work with as they just flooded onto the site. We saw Dolphin, she's picking up a kill with the Cyclone through the wall very early on in the round. Fuse obviously dropped first, but it's Dolphin picking up the second frag without even seeing them, just spamming through the wall. And from that point, it's a 3v5, and Infinity are just able to get the site. They're able to get the plant as well, so we're going to be seeing some healthy money from them coming into this second round. We are going to be seeing more util for Infinity, which is exactly what you want to see. We got a couple syringes, got the smokes, and the foam, as well as another drone. Whereas on Revolt, we're not really going to have anything other than Cyclones. Again, we got the one syringe from Compacted, but that's going to be it as we jump into the second round.
Jumping to the second round, as Infinity are going towards a little bit of a top area, you know, definitely a lot more common, especially when you get that second floor bomb site. You could definitely expect a lot more hash play if you're going to try to enter a site as something as like A, but Tabs there just trying to play a little bit of a roaming, hopefully being able to catch one. He did factor a drone, so that's gonna send him off. They still haven't confirmed Tabs, so I think the side of Infinity are gonna try and enter in, as that's what they do. I do believe that is a breaching foam coming in from Triad, so they are gonna start setting up, try hopefully work on and execute onto this A site. They're gonna run to Fuse as well as Hazel. So that's going to be the first lines of defense. The moment that is dropped, there it is, Hazel. She's going to be out to force back as Trier does back spot. Hazel can't end it off, though. Fuse gets into a little bit of a firefight of his own. Knocked down to half as that wall does, in fact, drop. Now there's that flash. That's going to come in. Trickle able to find Tabs. The smoke's going to come in. That's going to be a free EMP plant. Hazel's stuck in control in server room. Trier's able to find Fuse. Able to get a second. Zav is, in fact, the only line of defense now. Getting spammed through the smoke. Able to find Jester, though. But now they're both lined up. They have a really difficult entry to retake in.
And able to get that kill through the smoke. Compacted is going to opt to just try and rotate around. Possibly find any picks. Maybe find something onto... Oh, we do see one rotating for the hatch as well. So it looks like they're just going to try and work their numbers. Try and work up a little bit of a positional advantage where they already have the EMP. They have the time against them.
It definitely is time, but Zav, look where he's going. He's trying to hit the lurk, but Trickle's able to spot it immediately. And that kill right there, that sets Infinity up to 2-0.
2-0 on the board. A very, very strong start for the side of Infinity. You know, both rounds being very oppressive. They were able to take the space they needed. That drone giving them so much space, negating the lurks, as Compacted or Tabs was needing to back off of the lurk. Could no longer really hold that position after drones coming through. And Infinity, if they have the information, they are able to play around that information so well. And we're seeing that in these first few rounds. However, this next round is really what it's all going to come down to. If you end up winning this round, you should be good for 2 because you're going to put the other team on a little bit of a save round, whereas they aren't going to be able to force into a second rifle round.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a questionable approach there, as Revolt are obviously going in for more a Cyclone area, but they're not opting to use a lot more utility to defend sites.
That is very interesting, and the fact that they hopefully they already put down a lot of the util, as we don't see they have a lot in hand. On the side of Infinity, though, they have absolutely everything at their disposal, and not only that, they have enough money where even if every man dropped, I mean, Trico is on 5,900 credits. He'd be able to buy anyone on his team a rifle if they needed.
Yeah, it's definitely, we go back as we do get a main area, but this time they're going to go with a more direct approach. They're obviously going to try and hit Orange, but that drone definitely is going to spot Hazel. Okay, or not. I take that back. I'm not sure if it was a pixel peek or what, but Hazel, she's still alive, not spotted yet, as there's still no progress made from either side. Infinity are still hanging around, but Hazel, she's just still waiting, as there is in fact a little bit of a wall going down. I do believe that is towards the A site. There it is. Compacted, able to find Jester. Now Hazel did in fact push out, able to knock down Dolphin at 54, but not enough. Tabs from that stairs coming in from the down below. Cosmos and Trickle, they push through the cubby. That nade's gonna send Tabs back to the stairs. Able to find Hazel, able to find Dolphin, making it a 5v3. Maybe the first round win for the side of Revolt. It's trying to find Hazel, but he cannot find it. Now he's going to be in another engagement with Tabs as well as Tryhard, but Fuse able to find Cosmos, making it to a 5v2. Tabs is getting aggressive, able to find the first, cannot find the second. Hazel should be able to get the recovery, but does not decide to push out. 7-0 Tryhard. Look at that man going all in for his team. Can he get it? He's able to find Fuse. Can he get the 1v4 clutch? Does obviously have that stim, but I do believe that was used already. He has to go for the EMP as well as any type of smoke.
And he is going to push very slowly here into the storage room. He's clearing left, making sure there's no one there. As Hazel's going to possibly be the first line of defense against Tryhard. It's opts to back out. He has to play this very cautiously, but he does have still a minute 20 on the clock, so he has some time to work with to try and isolate these 1v1 fights. As we do see the side of Revolt, they are spread out.
A lot more spread out, so there's not much quicker trades together, but at the moment, but look where Hazel and Zav are. They're obviously towards the B site. Hazel is just hanging around the cubby, but that wall's definitely going to cause a bit of commotion coming in from Revolt. They're going to start to rotate around there. I'm not sure if one of the players from Revolt is back going to try and hit a flank. No, they're just going to stay a lot more disciplined and hit the site. 55 seconds left. If you want to try and win the clutch to make a move, that time is now. That close going to drop in. So Tryhard might be able to try something or opt for a save, but he is in fact going to go and play.
Which I think is the right move here because his team is up so much in credits. He can afford to die here, and he is going to fall to compacted. They're trying to push on the site, but his team is still up in credits. So if he'd been able to get a kill on the Slav, for example, who has nothing, or Hazel, who only had 300, it would do a lot more damage to the other team than his own team. But that is going to put the first round on the board for Revolt as we see them coming into round 4 here. We'll see a little bit of a reinvestment, a rebuy for the side of both sides. If anyone who's dying, it looks like they're going to be picking up some rifles. Jester and Dolphin, however, looks like they're going to stick with them with those Cyclones. Hopefully they'll be able to get some util and try to regain their footing here, because that's going to be the first round, and all the momentum is now stopped. Revolt they gave away the first 2 rounds, the first 2 pistol rounds. Infinity proved to be very dominant, but as soon as Revolt got some rifles in their hands, that is a nasty trip spot that I have not seen before. I really like that. If you drop hatch there, you're going to instantly die due to those trips. A very nice little play there.
You never seen that? Yeah. Yeah, you started new. I started like a long time. I was like in tier 2, so I learned how to deal with those type of tripwires. But anyway, speaking of tripwire, they might fall for it here. As we can see the side of Infinity, they're playing around the top, which is pretty common if you have something like a 3rd story bomb site. So that's a lot more expected, as we do see a little bit of a drone in. I do believe that is Cosmos with that drone there. So he's going to be in the first entry trying to probably catch some people on the lurk. But that's going to be the entry. Yes, Jester with that cloak. He's going to be pushing in. They're going to try and clear our lockers. Compact is going to be running away. So that basically gives him a good portion of map control heading in the locker. So you kind of lose some of that sight. There's a little bit of a spam coming in through Dolphin. Oh my god, Fuse, what a wall bang. You're able to find Dolphin there, but that door blocker is back getting shot through. Let's come back to that wall's back to the job. Fuse is going to be the first line of defense, but he's able to get it, but Trier beams him off. What a shot there. Zav and Compacted, they're the only ones on B side to defend it, but look where they are. That flash is going to hit. That's going to flash 2 players. That nade's going to hit nothing, though. As Tabs and Compacted, they're still trying to angle the site here as he's able to find Tryhard. Jester able to find Hazel, though, from the fight, but oh, Tabs able to find a second, able to find the 3rd. And Compacted there to finish it off as we are tied.
Absolutely massive there for Volt, and they're showing here they are hitting these shots with these rifles. You know, even though they are playing on, I believe they're on an NA server right now, they are still being able to hit these shots, even though they are higher ping. And the absolute beam there through the wall. Fuse able to get the shot off as soon as he hears them start foaming, able to slow down the plant, get a nice pick, even though he's traded out right away. Tabs goes massive there, 5 and 3. Tryhard trying to hold it together for his team, 9 and 2, trying to do all the work for his team, almost double the score of Tabs on the other side of the board. Absolutely big plays from both teams, but now we got to see Infinity, what are they going to do to try and slow this down? They have to try and pump the brakes, try something a little bit different here to win this site. We are going to see them back with these Cyclones. Now, they won the rounds that they had Cyclones, but that was when the other team also had Cyclones. So now we have to see what they can do with Cyclones against rifles, and hopefully they'll be able to make some magic happen, or else we'll be seeing another round fall to the side of Revolt.
Yeah, and something to point out here, 2,500, especially in this type of round, this is round 5. This is the second to last round before you're basically forced to spend everything. So, essentially, if Revolt loses this, they're pretty much okay for a little bit. They're obviously going to have a lot less util to defend site with. As we can see Dolphin, you know, she's been doing pretty damn well, but Tryhard absolutely showing up in the finals as they're pushing around a museum as well as conference. That drone in from Cosmos, being able to just clear it, saying, hey, you have full clearance of museum. You could try and execute a push here. Tabs trying to flank. I'm not sure if Cosmos is ready, but Tabs has to play really disciplined, as I do believe that, yeah, the foam's there. There's the pre-fires coming in, and there's a smoke. That's gonna drop. Hazel able to find Cosmos. Come back to gets caught lacking from the tryhard. That smoke is not gonna connect to anything. Zav able to find tryhard. So a little bit of a not a great push coming in from the side of Infinity, but Dolphin able to find Hazel. So that's a 3v3, but you still haven't found that lurk player, as Tab's able to find the first, able to find a second. That lurk does so well on this map. Trico, last one alive in a 1v3. What can he do? He has to find a Cyclone or something, as Fuse is behind that door blocker. All he has to do is run into it, but gets caught through it. Tabs, but Zav is getting aggressive. Oh my god, can he get the clutch 1v1? But pick the Cyclone, find Tabs, and you could pretty much secure the third. But it's all about if you could just play the cards right, but he looks away.
The timing, right when he reaches for the Vezin, Tabs swings and he's able to take him out. Making it look, Trico there for a second, making it look possible for Infinity, making it look like they can pull this back. Ends up slipping away at the last second, getting unfortunate timing as Tabs swings. Tabs finding so much value for Revolt here on those lurks, though. That lurk on the second floor was so slow. He played it perfectly. Very disciplined, waited for Cosmos to also leave, go down the blue stairs, as they were pretty certain no one was going to be there, because Cosmos waited there for a while, didn't hear anything, didn't see anything, and said, okay. Infinity decided to guess. I don't think anyone's there, and they guessed wrong as Tabs comes behind and ends up cleaning up the round in the end, doing very well. 8 and 3 on the board there for Tabs, and we are going to be seeing this bomb site now. This is the last round of the half. This is the 6th round, 3-2. Will we be seeing a tied scoreline, or is Revolt going to pull ahead here 4-2?
It definitely as a, you say 4-2? Are you?
If Revolt wins, they would pull away 4-2. If a
yeah, then a little bit. Yeah, but both of the teams have Vezins, so this could go either way. Obviously, Revolt, they're a lot more stacked on utility. They have smokes and nades, so they could just deny as much entry as they can. Hazel, she's just lurking in that corner right there. But the moment that wall does go down, she's fully exposed to window as well as blue stairs, as they're gonna make their first entry. But I'm not sure if there was a proxy or anything just to secure blue, as there it is. That proxy is going to go off, so that's going to tip off Revolt. There's a little bit of shots coming in. I do believe that was a little bit of a pre-fire, so that's going to be a wasted stim. That wall's back going to go down, but are you able to spot Hazel? That's the question. Look at that nade. That's going to hit nothing, though. I think that was a friendly, as that proxy is still ringing. That wall does, in fact, decide to drop, but no action yet. There's no frags, no drops. There's that drone coming in. That's pre-fire coming in from the locker side. Jester's pushing through, able to find Tabs, but does not spot the edge. Hazel, she's going to swing now, but Cosmos able to get the refrag. But Cosmos has to spot Zav. He has to spot Zav in that corner, and then you get full side control. That EMP is fact down. That's dropped. But does Zav spot it and can call it to the teammates? But it's a 4v3. You still have that player advantage. 1:45 left on the clock. As now they're going to start making a rotate.
And we do see here Fuse is just anchoring, Revolt being very disciplined players here. They're just trying to group up. They know the EMP is down, and they've had very good sight holds on this top level. So they just want to try and play the advantage of they can just hold. We see a smoke, though. Hopefully we'll be able to see Cosmos or recover the EMP here.
Yeah, there's the plan. That's the plan for tryhard. Zav trying to spam through the smoke, but does not. That EMP is going to get downed anyways. But oh my god, Zav trying to find tryhard but cannot finish it. That does knock tryhard to 48. No stim though, but oh, tryhard responds with a gun of his own, compacted and Fuse. Last one's alive. You cannot let Infinity tie it up to the second half. That Molly, that's gonna do absolutely nothing. They have EMP down. Fuse able to find tryhard, so that's gonna be a 2v3 still in their favor. But Dolphin, she's getting a little bit too aggressive. You just have to play that time. You're gonna have to buy that time. Everyone else is around the blue pillar side. Cosmos as well as Trico, they're gonna be around the stairs. So nothing to worry about. Dolphin able to fight Fuse, but now come back to this pretty much trap. Cosmos does fall, but Trico with the refrag. We are still tied up, and we're going to the second half. Talk about cutting it close.
We do see a 3-3. I really liked after they were able to use those smokes, they were able to get on site. Unfortunate Slav couldn't find anything through the smoke, and I think that really ultimately is what ruined it here for him, is the fact that Slav couldn't find the kill through the smoke, and Tryhard ended up finding that kill on Slav through the smoke. Really turned the round into the favor of Infinity. The smokes there allowed them to take the space on site that they needed. It was just enough to get the EMP down, and they had the wall, they had the EMP, the wall was blown, they could hold from the stairs, they could hold from outside. Dolphin, she was getting a little risky. I was you know, kind of holding my breath a little. She kept peeking back in and out, able to find the kill, and in the end, it doesn't matter because she found the kill that they needed and ended up putting it in a 1v2 as he swung out to try and, you know, potentially clutch up. Ended up just falling and getting traded out instantly. Very, very nice round for the side of Revolt. I loved absolutely seeing how they were able to work with that, and they were able to pull that top site for the first time away from Revolt, where they shown such good defense up there, and they were able to really shut down Infinity. Now we'll see what they can do as the sides have swapped, and now it's going to be Infinity defending.
Yeah, this time it's a lot more patient coming in from Revolt. They're playing a little bit more cautious. They're just trying to clear out. They're trying to slice the pie, clear out every angle as possible. As I do believe I hear the main wall. There it is. So a little bit of interesting call there. There's nades being thrown as Zav's going to be able to take out Cubby on the B site. Not sure that was her, but that's the fact. Fall. Jester is trying to cover it, but both walls on the side of B are in fact fully down. So now the side of Revolt, they have basically every angle to play with. Dolphin spots 2, but she's going to have to back out for a while. Cosmos is stuck inside server. But Cosmos able to find 1. I don't know how. Dolphin with the collateral able to find the second. It's all uncompacted here in a 1v4. Pretty much almost unwinnable. As now he has to start play a little bit more patient. 2 minutes left. Everyone's going to start surrounding you. You don't have EMP to work with. As he does get spotted from behind with Trico. The main lurk there as Infinity go up by 1 round.
And there it is. They are able to pull into the lead for the first time now. We are going to see them, I guess they were up on pistol, then they went down now. Very back and forth. They are going to pull into the lead. Again here, 4-3. You know, very, very nice plays. Dolphin hitting that collateral absolutely massive and shutting down any push on the site. You know, you're looking at the kill feed and you're just seeing, you know, yellow names have completely wiped out blue. And they were able to leave compacted by himself in a 1v4 situation. Very, very difficult situation. He tries to potentially wrap around. I mean, when you're in a 1v4, you're trying to isolate your gunfights. And against a very disciplined team like Infinity, it's very hard to isolate a 1v1 gunfight when everyone's just going to hold hands on site. You know, if they're holding hands, which is exactly what you want to do when you have a numbers advantage, they're going to trade you out instantly. You're going to get 1 and be done. And we didn't even see him able to get 1 as Trico was able to get the very nice late round lurk from Blue Stairs, able to finish off that round. Now we're going to come to this top level bomb site. We'll be able to see, you know, Revolt had a very strong top level hold. We'll have to see what their attack is like now as they push in, leaning towards the Blue Stairs.
Yeah, this time it's a little bit of a more questionable approach as they decide to double up the static field on blue pillars, but we see Zab, he's running down, but Trico still waiting, still lurking. Can you spot Zab though? The answer is no, you do spot him first, but can't kill him. Hazel finds Dolphin. So now it's a numbers advantage in the favor of Revolt as the wall does in fact go down, but the side of Revolt, they have really low players. Everyone Infinity, they're on full health, but look where they are. They might try an A attempt as that wall does in fact drop. But there it is. That's going to go down. Tabs might be able to get the EMP down. That is, in fact, going to go down. But look at that nade. That's going to hit 1. That's not too low as he does finally get killed by Tryhard. Down to a 2v3 compacted. Able to find Jester. All down to Tryhard in a 1v3. He knows where that EMP is. But it's a matter of time if he can call the shots right. 2 of the Revolt players are grappling up. So now they're just going to try and go for a strategic approach and try to play it there. But Zab able to find Tryhard. Trying to get 4-4. This is pretty damn close.
This is so unfortunate.
I'm getting nervous here.
That frag grenade landing in the cubicle, not doing the damage it needs, not even fuse drops from it. He's able to get up onto the little deck counter there and isn't going to die. They're able to finish the plant, and that was all they needed. As soon as that plant goes off, you see 3 players rush outside, instantly repel, and they go and blow the hatch. as soon as that hatch is down, you're in a 1vx situation trying to peek 3 players through a hatch that are all holding the bomb. It's pretty much an impossible situation to win, and Tryhard did his best, trying to keep his head on a swivel, hearing people from hatch, also knowing that one was on the stairs. I think maybe if he hunkered down, tried to hold the stairs player, he'd be able to potentially get 1, but trying to kill 3 through the hatch would be a very difficult round, and showing just how much preparation Revolt had going into that. Their top site hold was really, really strong. Their top site attack was super strong as well. Now, we did see it's Dolphin playing around with the outside, outside storage here. We'll have to see if we see something similar now that the sides have swapped. We do see one player is going to be lurking a little bit farther off site, but everyone else is going to be geared more towards
the nade. Oh, the nade. Oh, talk about predictions. Tabs and Compacted, they're forced to use the stems, so that's going to take out both their stems. That's going to be a really long time before they're able to use it again, so that's going to buy enough time for Infinity. So the whole point is just waste down the clock. Hazel, a little bit of a spam there, as you can see on that orange wall. Trico and Dolphin, they're the 2 defenders trying to hold A. As Dolphin, jeez, trying to play a bit of an off angle does not work well. Talk about slicing the pie, maybe an apple pie, as that storage wall does in fact get foamed. That could be dropping soon. Compacted coming in from that top package. Cosmos holding the angle. Not phase as Compacted swings once. A little bit of a jiggle peek there. It does not take damage, so that's perfectly okay. Cosmos trying to buy enough time to try to slice the pie there, but the EMP is on the other side. The EMP is on the other side. Tabs and Hazel, they're able to swarm in. That EMP is automatically going to go down. So now it's a full retake game for the side of Infinity. They have to play it, but look where that EMP is. That's going to be on the outside. Someone's going to be on the outside for the side of Revolt. Tabs is pushing connector. He's going to be able to get maybe 1 frag, but Jester hears it. There's the spam. There's the spam coming in from Jester. Tab's going to run off for a little bit. Cosmos able to find Fuse, but can he find Tabs? That's the question. The answer is yes, but Zab from that outside able to find it, but what a nade from Zab, able to get the 5th. Oh, the dab there, the disrespect from Zab.
And what a nade. What a nade there. We do see running through absolutely massive. They were able to clear out the connector. They were able to clear Tabs, really quick run and gun play there where they're able to get a bunch of quick kills and dropping it down to that 1v1 in the end. Slav, though, with the arm, that nade was just absolutely massive, winning the round for him, keeping him perfectly safe, and negating any possible play as well, as just completely shuts down the round. A very nice round there from Revolt, a very nice hold. The grenade for the side of Infinity doing damage early on. It was a very nice prediction nade going into storage, knocking 2 players down to 50% HP, but it ended up they had so much space to work with in the orange hall. That was really the only thing they used to contest storage, was that nade. And then after Revolt had control of the orange hall, they were able to knock down both the A wall and the B wall, and that opens up both sites where they can now plant on whichever site has the least resistance, which ended up being A, leaving a retake for Infinity that they were not able to pull off.
Yes, now this time, especially in this round, as Hazel immediately drops, and there's the pre-fire galore coming in from the other side. As Jester, the only defender, but I don't think... Oh my god, he's just getting spammed with that RCP. Oh. Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought I was seeing something. But Hazel, as well as I think Jester, they're able to make progress as Tabs has to push through now. There it is. I do believe both walls are going to drop, as there it is. That opens up Cubby. Zap able to find Jester. Cosmos has to defend that site, as well as Dolphin. Hazel and Tabs, they're on the other side. They're hanging around Printer. So they're going to run to Dolphin first, but there's the EMP. Tabs gets caught lacking, so that EP is in fact going to go down. Fuse able to find Tryhard, but solo. Dolphin finds the second. That's going to be as Infinity. They're going to back off for a while. They know where the EMP is.
Very, very nice plays. We do see it was a little bit of a force there for Infinity as well. They, we have some good deals in their hand. Hazel's going to be dancing around, trying to get a little bit of a peek, try and get any space. And it does look like we're going to have Compacted rotating around the other side, try and potentially get a crossfire here.
Yes, Hazel does spot the shoulder of Cosmos. Can you find it? Yes, you can. But Dolphin responds with a trade of her own. Compacted does get the refrag all down to Trigo. But look where that man is at. He is indeed lurking. So they're going to get the EMP plant down. But I'm not sure if they're ready for a flank around Museum. It's Compacted has to run through. Oh my god, now it's a 1v1. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. You have everything to work with. You have a sim, but You don't have a frag to work with. You don't have flashes. Hazel, she's not going to go for the plant. She's going to take the gunfight head on.
Does looks like she's going to dance around, potentially look for him here.
Oh my god, it's all an angle peek. All an angle peek, but no, Hazel gets it. We are on map point in favor of Revolt.
Revolt playing so well. Hazel playing so patient as well. I think Trico potentially doesn't need a peek there. You know, he can wait for the bomb to even go down, and it would be fine to try and, you know, give him some more chances. Wait to potentially hear when she's planting, reposition. I think after she saw where he was, re-peeking the same angle is super risky, and he ends up dancing back and forth as she's just spraying bullets down, and he ends up swinging right into her bullets. Did look a little back and forth there from Infinity and Revolt. We saw some really nice kills with the Cadillo. As they were running through sight, they were able to have a really nice hold, and Trico ended up not being able to close out. Potentially, if he had a little bit more trigger discipline on Compacted, obviously they can't see the health bars, and he doesn't know who's who, but knowing that Compacted was on such low HP, potentially maybe being able to get a timing through the conference room, and maybe look for something on Hazel, or look for something, a better angle and position to then try and get the second kill. But, you know, it's a very risky situation if you end up letting one live, and he wasn't able to close it out. Was able to get the one kill, and now we're going to be on map point here for Revolt.
Yeah, all or nothing now, as Infinity, they're basically forced to, you know, buy everything they can. Just don't let them get another. As Tabs able to find Trico. That's the first casualty there. You do not want that to happen, especially if you're against the odds, as Tabs is able to get the phone. So that's going to drop instantly, but look where Dolphin is. She's going to get the flank, but can she hold the trigger discipline? Can she do what Trico can't? But no, she fires it, so her location is pretty much revealed. They know that alert's happening, so now they can just push into sight. They don't have to worry about one less defender. They have the numbers advantage. It's basically a 5v3 before Dolphin can get back with her teammates. As now Cosmos try. They're basically stuck. Tabs able to find no one. Gets immediately refact, but no, there's a team kill. There's a team kill. Zap kills himself as well. I fuse 2v2. Dolphin and Cosmos holding it against them. Now it's a 1v2. You do not want that to happen. As now it's all down to Hazel in a 1v2. Can she do it and close it out for her team? But she's gonna hear that there's a pre-firing coming in from Dolphin. Believe no, that's Cosmos. As there's 147 left on the clock. Dolphin on the flank. Can she spot Hazel? But look where Hazel is. She's gonna be able to spot Dolphin, but no! Infinity are still in this.
Really, I want to see. I wish we could have a replay there on what happened. You know, was it a situation where you punched the wall and your hand didn't go as far, you didn't throw the grenade like you wanted to? Usually, though, if the grenade falls short, you can pick it up. And pick it up right away. But a really unfortunate 2K for Deslav as he picks up himself and Fuse with that frag grenade. And really, that's going to cost them the round. And now it's going to bring tying chances in for Infinity as well, as they're going to come here on map point. However, we are going to see the economy is looking pretty broken for both sides. We have a few rifles coming out. But for the side of Revolt, we only have a couple rifles, SMGs coming in. We aren't going to be having a full buy, a broken buy for both sides as they come into this final round, as they just try to force whatever credits that they have. Would like to see Dolphin potentially drop more util for the team, you know, potentially drop some drones. Because why not use a drone when you can use it at the beginning of the round and basically have a free body to go in there? Oh, I'll tell you why, because she's defending.
Yeah.
I'm big brained. And there's a reason that I'm not here and I'm watching these guys do it instead.
Yeah, this is why you're a tier 3 player. But anyways, back to the action, as Fuse is going to be the first drone in. So this time, I think it's going to be a little bit more interesting. They're trying to be a little bit more subconscious of a player on lurk. But no one's lurking. This is round 12. Everything matters. No point of lurking if your life drops. Dolphin, she's going to be forced out of the position. They realize that no one's going to be pushing on the side. Cosmos does get spotted on the server. That static is still there. That Molly's going to buy enough time. Hazel, but does able to spot try her, but that wall does in fact go down. But Cosmos, but Taz from that egg glitch there, just trying to lock down the lane. There's that nade. That's going to buy off enough time. Hazel has to back off, but Tabs with that EMP. Can he make some progress here? As Cosmos does fight Hazel, trying to run into sight. I'm not sure what happened. Is Cosmos knocked half up? There's the stim there. So you do not want that to happen. You have one less attack. You can't get that refrag. But look where Cosmos is at. Look where Compacted is at. He's around the connector, so he's pretty much ready for the flank.
And they're playing a they pump the brakes here. Looks like Revolt, they lose Hazel. Hazel went in a little early on the site, not able to find anything, and then Revolt pumps the brakes. They're trying to see if Infinity is going to get crazy here. We do see a few shots exchanged on the second floor. Not finding anything, just a pre-fire into lockers as Trico actually finds tabs on the bottom floor.
Yeah, and then Lurking doing what he does best. It's still a 5v3, so this is not looking good for the side of Revolt. I do believe he in fact heard that EMP get picked up. I'm not sure though, as Zeph and Compacted and as well as Fuse, they have not made any type of progress. All of that wall taking all that destruction for nothing. Cosmos A15 Zabs. But they're looking at server there. Compacted A05 tryhard. But you still can't get the exchange. You still can't find Cosmos there. Cosmos cannot control recoil. As Fuse and Compacted the only ones alive. That EMP does in fact go down. Fuse does in fact drop all down to Compacted in a 1v4. A15 Trico all on him now. Cannot find Cosmos as we entered a tie on Factory. Now we had to hideout with a 0-0 map score.
Absolutely crazy map there. Loved seeing it, but we do see a 6-6 scoreline. Love to see the scoreline as well for the individual players. Let's take a look at how they did. We do see Tryhard dropping 14 and Hazel going 12 for her own team as well. Very, very nice kills there. Both teams firing on all cylinders. You can see the nerves though. Cosmos not quite able to control the recoil from connectors. He's spraying on the site, trying to stop a plant. He was already able to pick up enough kills though that it didn't matter. His team was doing good. They did absolutely fantastic there, able to close out the round, close out the map, bringing it to a tie.
I mean, definitely there is a 14-9. Trier has been pretty much been on the backs of Infinity as we do get a host swap this time. So this time we're going to be playing in the favor of Revolt. We're going to be playing in Europe servers. I do believe this was yeah, we're going to go to Europe. We're going to go across the continent.
And we are going to see, we actually have a sub as well. Swervo is going to be subbed for Jester, I believe, here. And then while we are going to throw it to a quick little break, a 5 to 10 minute break here while the teams are going to be able to charge up their headsets, go to the bathroom, get the water, all the good stuff. But we are going to have a special stream surprise here. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We have a little bit of a surprise here for you guys.
Towards her side, she could honestly go for it. But, oh my god, what an angle from Dolphin, but she finds Chewy. It is a 1v1. Dolphin versus Yellow Hat. Can she fire? She finds 3 in a 1v3 push. Go for it. 10 seconds left. Can he tap that bomb? He might try to tap it, but Clef's ready. But oh my god!
My name is Ripster here with another interview with the co-captain of Infinity here with Evil Jester. Now, Evil Jester, how does it feel to be here tonight?
Honestly, I have no words, but I believe that all my entire team is so stoked to be part of this. We've been practicing for hours. We've been playing for hours, end on end, playing ranked, practicing different plays, staying home at night, staying that extra 2 hours on the Discord calls, just to make sure we got our plans down to get that extra point. We feel really good about this game.
Oh, that's awesome. It's it's super exciting to hear that, all the preparation, the work that you guys have put in. So how does it feel specifically to be in the finals? Did you ever think you'd make it here?
Honestly, with my team and how we play together and the chemistry that we have, I had a really strong belief that we were able to make it this far.
Awesome. And so what's something then that you're going to be expecting to see from the other team here?
I'm expecting some serious competition. I highly respect Revolt, especially after them coming in clutch with Wicked. I think that it'll be a really fair match. I think we have an even kind of base, but, I want to be a little biased, and I'm going to say we're going to win. I have a strong feeling that with my team's chemistry, we're going to be up there, and we're going to get that win.
So if you could change anything then, looking at how this tournament's gone, is there anything that you would change looking back now?
So I wouldn't really change anything because the way with the flow with my team, we've process of elimination, kind of improved on certain aspects such as 5 stacking, 2-3 stacks, have 1 player stay out of a spot while we pull all the enemy players to us because we have 4 and there's 1 sitting over there. and he plants the bomb for us, like unexpectedly. Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys got a thick strat book over there then.
Yeah, we do. My co-captain is Dolphin. She actually gave us this opportunity to use this new app. I currently don't have it in front of me, but basically what it does is that we all can contribute and we all can like draw certain out plans. We can all review them together and we can make perfect executed plans, and everybody follows their lines, execute it fully and swiftly, and it all goes down great.
Oh, I'm super excited to see some of these lines then, some of these strats as you're pulling them out in the finals. You guys have anything new that you might surprise us with? You know, I obviously don't say what it is, but...
Oh, there's definitely going to be a surprise, and I'll give you a hint. It's going to be on Hideout.
Oh, we're going to see some Hideout surprise. Keep your eye out for that. As far as the finals go, though, I mean, there's got to be a lot of pressure. You're pretty confident in getting here. You know, you said your team has great chemistry, making it all the way to the finals here. How are you guys dealing with the pressure, though, now that you're actually here in the finals?
With the pressure, I honestly think when we just bring it right down to business, I think that we don't want to worry about the pressure, because if we think about it, having people watching us, feeling that, oh, if I mess up, someone's going to make fun of me later. No, we don't take it like that. We take it down to a business. We finish what we did. You know, I'm from New England. We got Bill Belichick, and he says, it's all business, you know?
It's all business. I love that. There's going to be a motto there. It's all business. So then how are you guys going to celebrate if you end up winning this thing?
Oh, how to celebrate? Oh, man. We haven't even come down to that. I mean, I think we'll definitely come up with something during the game. I'll probably have a talk with them during game.
During game, be like, hey, we got 3 rounds left, and we can get out of this thing. We'll go celebrate. I don't know. Everyone fly together, meet up somewhere, and get some drinks or something, right?
Oh, hell yeah. That'd be the move.
All right, and then last question here, as far as, because Breachers is a constantly growing community, right? Do you have any tips for newer teams that are trying to get into BCL or into ranked, or newer players as well who are just joining the game?
What I notice is that people need to start using comms, and with everybody being in the game, they need to have an IGL. If there's no IGL, everybody's going to go off and do their own thing, or there's going to be those players that stick together, and then the other guys are just going to, you know, just try to 1v4 everybody, you know, try to get that clutch. I think that if people learn to 5-stack and people learn to communicate more and using their utilities instead of just grabbing a grenade and a health syringe, I think that would definitely be a game changer.
Gotcha. So focusing on, you know, util and communication. That's one thing I'm super excited to see, because you guys look like a very coordinated team when you roll out. I know a lot of teams don't necessarily run any strats, but it seems like you guys have a very, very coordinated team. So I'm super excited to see what you guys can do here in the finals.
Yeah, I can't wait for these finals. I cannot wait.
Well, we'll get into it here shortly then, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so then, Evil Jester, tell me a little bit about your team then here, as far as your team composition, where you guys have come from, and how you guys got here.
So, actually, I come from Population 1, along with who's playing tonight, Pammy, and then we also have Blunt and Mad. They all came from Pop 1. And then we have also 2 other players that came from Hyperdash, Swervo, and GTZ. And then our other player who's playing tonight, actually, this is his first shooter. His name is Cosmos.
His first shooter. That's an
his
exciting moment.
First shooter in VR. First ever VR game. It's crazy.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. Glad to hear, you know, where you guys, sounds like a lot of Population 1. I think a lot of players from Pop 1 came over into Breachers. But, you know, it's exciting to see, and exciting to see how that impacts your aim as well. Just having already the comfort of a virtual gun in your hand.
Yeah, it's just the crazy with the mechanics. Like the recoil's a little bit different, you know, because, you know, it's Pop 1's a little cartoony, you know, they have the same recoil every time, but then with this, it kind of like bounces different sides, and that's what I like about Breachers too.
The realism. It's a little
more realistic, yeah.
And that was a little peek here into the mind of Infinity. Now we're going to jump over and see what exactly is going on for Revolt, and take a look at what the mind of Revolt is going on behind the scenes.
Walking him down as Zab able to find 2 at 0.0, last one alive, but he's gonna get overrun by Caramel there.
Tabs picks up Toxic. Fuse picks up Jake the Dog just like that. It's a 2-on-3. Fuse picks up another one, and they just clean house.
All right, everyone. Welcome to this interview. My name is Ripster, and I'm here interviewing the captain here of Revolt, Johantago. How does it feel to Johantago to be here right now?
It feels amazing. It's been a long journey to this point. I doubted we would go to this far actually to the final, but now we're here and I'm so excited for this game. It's gonna be a crazy game. Hopefully it will be a close one and we don't get stomped. But even if we do, I'm happy we're here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's got to be absolutely amazing to come this far in the finals, you know, especially right with the release of Breachers. That's absolutely fantastic. What are you expecting to see from the other team, though?
Yeah, I've heard they are very good at attacking strats, so that's what I'm trying to see here. And but we have quite a strong defense, I would say. So hopefully they are able to keep our defense and see what they do. But we are definitely looking for their attacks and some insane aims from them. What we have heard, we haven't played them yet in a scrim or anything, so it will be exciting to see, watch some VODs. But hopefully everything will be all right and we get a close game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's pretty awesome there. So you haven't even scrimmed against them ever. You're just going off VODs as far as your knowledge and preparation going into this.
Exactly. We have tried to study them as much as we could. They probably did the same for us. We have a lot of odds from our scrims and stuff, so we are quite open about it. But I think it should be fine, and we know some stuff about them. So yeah, hopefully we can get the information we need and use it to an advantage.
Of course, yeah. And then what's your preparation then look like? I mean, you mentioned you've studied their VODs. Have you been doing anything specific as far as, I don't know, like calisthenics in the morning, you know, making sure you guys are all fit, ready for the match?
We try to do like some warm up in it, you know, the offline training, the TDM, the hard bots, get your aim together, and then maybe talk about some strats we're thinking about, like see that everyone is on the same page. And yeah, just trying to have a good time before the game to make sure that everyone is in a positive mood and know that we are fighting one of the best teams in the world, and that if we lose a game even, you shouldn't take that too hard, because then if we do that too much, it will destroy our chances of winning the future rounds.
Of course, yeah, you got to keep that mental strong. And so,
sure.
On kind of with that mental, where were you guys at mentally? You mentioned going into the tournament, you weren't expecting to be here. What were you expecting when you entered this tournament?
Yeah, I was expecting to win the first round, and then we were facing Globacam that we had fought in a scrim, and it was a very close scrim. It was 7-5, 5-7. But then when we came to the match, we really saw that we pulled together and was able to win that quite heavily, actually. Then we played another team, Cheeky Breachy, that we also had scrim, and we tied them in a scrim. And I was sitting there in the chat, in the cast, and we were losing the first round. I was like, no, is this our end? And yeah, it was kind of hard. I was very nervous. And but then we clutched up the two other maps pretty good after losing the first one. Then the Wicked, I was also in the cast, and I think I'm more nervous sitting in the cast than the players on the field. I'm just here, my heart is beating. I'm like, oh, what are you doing, guys? Ah!
I had the pleasure of casting that game, watching the match with Wicked, and that was a pretty wild game. I imagine you had a whole score of emotions going up and down as some of those rounds were so back and forth, coming down to the Kill House death match. What were you thinking there at the very end on that death match?
Yeah, after first seeing them having like a 6-3 lead or something like that on Skyscraper and then losing 3 in a row, I felt like, oh, this can't be good for the mentality of the team. This gotta be hard. I was there sitting like, how are we not winning this? But then I was so nervous because of the NA servers on Klaus as well, because in the chat you saw like everyone was talking about servers being everything, like, oh, it's only servers because we are an EU team fighting an NA team. But then they clutched up, they pulled out the strats on Kill House. As we've been talking about, we have been doing a lot of Kill House, doing some aim training and stuff. So, and Mr. Tab is very good at Kill House, he knows where to be and stuff. So they clutched up, we put in our better aimer, Compact Dot instead of Fuse, and he was able to do the work as well.
How are you guys dealing with the pressure then? Because I mean, you've got to be feeling the pressure, feeling the heat, especially as the scrim or the finals are getting closer. What are you guys dealing with mentally? How are you guys dealing with that pressure?
I think, as I said, also I've been more nervous than the team. I think we just trying to have a good time to not really think about this is all or nothing. Trying to just think one round at a time. like, oh, we lost this round, but now it's a new round. Everything is reset, even though we might be down on echo and stuff, but it's still a new round. We can do better. It's 5v5 again, and just think about what's happening right now, and don't think about the bigger picture of being able to win the whole tournament.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think that's definitely, great there for mentally. And how do you guys plan on celebrating then? If you guys end up winning this thing, what's your guys' plan to celebrate?
That's a real good question. We haven't thought about that one.
just one game at a time, one round at a time.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not brave enough to have celebrate plans right now. No, but I think we will have a good time. Maybe hope in a VC, have some nice laughs, just being very hyped. Probably see some spamming in some chats, being very hyped. So watch out for that if we were able to win.
Oh, fantastic. And then I got one more question for you here real quick. And what tips would you have for new teams or new players? Because obviously the Breachers community is constantly growing. And what tips would you have for everyone new who's kind of being ushered in with the wave of this league?
Yeah, one tip I would say is definitely do the bot battle harder on the clouds to improve your aim. It has been helping me a lot, getting unwashed and stuff like that. Also, joining the ranked games on another Discord server. They are doing ranked games. It's always fun to play with some other competitive people. And I think soon BCL will also add pickup games. You can join them as well to get more. And just keep on scrimming. Even if you lose the scrims, you win more or learning more by losing than by winning most of the time. Think about what did you do wrong, what did you do right, and just keep on watching other people scrim, like this stream, for example. Watch what are the top teams doing, why is our strats not working, what are they doing that we are not, and it all depends on how far you want to go. You can play casually, competitively still, like you don't need to be the best, but it's always fun if you want to strive to be the best. Study of what other people are doing and try to be the best you can by practicing all your skills.
Absolutely fantastic. Been a pleasure being with you here and this interview here. And we wish you the best of luck here in the finals.
Yeah, thank you very much. We might need it.
And we are back here at the desk now. Super hyped being able to, I actually had the opportunity to interview both of these players, and interesting to see what's going on in their minds as their preparation going into this. Sounds like Revolt was kind of watching, trying to form some counterplay here against Infinity. Infinity had a lot of strats, a pretty thick strat book heading into this, and exactly how they wanted to play this, how they played the map. However, that first map going draw 6-6, and Revolt is kind of known for having a pretty strong hideout here, and hideout is going to be the second map. And on top of that, we're going to see hideout on the EU servers, putting Infinity rather at a little bit more of a disadvantage. Looks like we do see here for Infinity, we are going to see a little bit of a player swap. Looks like we're going to swap out Evil Jester for GTZ.
I mean, there's been a couple of calls, Jester's definitely not playing where he usually is. He's playing somewhere else where the connection's not great, so they're obviously going to get in a couple of players. GTT, he's obviously been showing up for the Infinity squad. He's been doing so damn well, and then be able to pull up pretty good stat lines, able to pull it up against, tier 1 teams, tier 2s, and able to get frags left and right, able to get the refrags, and able to get clutches as well.
I mean, exactly. And when I was talking with Evil Jester, he talked to me. He was really confident in the team, really confident in Infinity and what they would be able to do. And I think he told me he was actually playing, again, a location he wasn't normally, like a cabin up in the mountains. He was hoping the Wi-Fi was going to be good, and I think, where the Wi-Fi isn't exactly what he wants it to be, especially playing on an EU server, I think swapping GTZ out is going to be the right call here. And hopefully we'll be able to see that switch here have good impact for Infinity as they're going to be moving on to hideout. Looks like we're just waiting for the rest of the players here. We're missing a player from Revolt. As soon as we get them in here, I believe we're going to be ready to start this match. And very exciting. I'm not sure, Heritage, what are you guys thinking we're going to be seeing for this scoreline then on hideout? We did see, I predicted the draw, so I guess I won that one. That's one for Ripster. What do you think, Heritage? I'm up on you by 1.
Okay. All right, you have me up on 1, but this time, I'm gonna say Revolt. They've been strong on hideout. We've seen 7-1, 7-0, 7-2s. Revolt able to stomp through. They essentially figured out hideout. So, but that doesn't mean Infinity have something up their sleeve. So I'm gonna say 7-4 in favor of Revolt. Obviously, I'm still a NA fan, but Revolt has just been pretty damn dominant on a hideout.
I think Revolt is super dominant. I'm actually gonna have to. I feel like I have to say something against you. You know, I'll stick true to NA. I do think Revolt's super strong on hideout. I think 7-4 is probably a good call, but I'm gonna call 7-4 in the favor of Infinity. I'm gonna say Infinity's gonna win this one 7-4. I think they might have. I'm hoping they're gonna be able to surprise us here, possibly with GTZ. He's just gonna frag out, and I think we'll be seeing 7-4. I'll call you there, and it's call 7-4 for Infinity. We'll hopefully see. Maybe you can get one back up on me, but I think I'm gonna go 2-0 here.
You're calling Infinity. You're
I'm
calling Infinity on a European server.
Infinity, yeah. You heard that right.
Infinity on a Europe server? I don't know what you're trying to cause. But anyways, let's go straight into the map. We're gonna be off to this, and we're going to go straight into the action. But this time we're gonna go. I do believe we get main. Okay, yes, we are going to start with main. We're gonna go with floor 1. This is going to be kitchen as well as dining room bomb site. And this is where it's kind of expected to play a lot more hatches. There's 2 hatches on each. There's a hatch on one site, which is I believe A, that connects drop down. No, there's 2 hatches. So pretty powerful area around. If you go to A, please go to A, Ruby. Thank you. There's the first hatch, and then the second I believe is in fact towards balcony, as it is right there. So the question is if Infinity are going to go for a hatch play, or if they're just going to try and hit garage. As I say that, we do see a little bit of grapple, so they're going to try to do a little bit of a split there of garage as well as hatch.
Yeah, potentially we do see one player is going to be lurking for the side of Revolt. I think we have the names are swapped right now for Enforcer Defender, but Infinity is Enforcer this round. We'll get that swapped back real quick. And we see Hazel here is going to be taking the first fight in the garage before they quickly start backing up.
Yeah, and if we see the drone coming in, I do believe that is Cosmos with that drone again, so they're able to spot Hazel. So they just know there's only one. Hazel gets completely overwhelmed on garage. Now, they have full garage control. There's the pre-fire coming in from Tabs, as well as Fuse. He's going to be on that flank. He's going to have to push through rock stairs. As Cosmos with that foam, he's going to be able to get it down. Dolphin, a little bit in that cubby play, so Fuse has to play the cards right. Play to the timing. That's all you have to do. Play to the timing and hope you're able to get at least one frag, get out, and, you know, be up a defender. But Dolphin, she's going to run back. Fuse is still lurking. Able to spot the heady, able to find Trickle, so that's all you have. Just get the first kill. That's what Fuse is doing. He's going to run back as garage wall does in fact drop.
He is able to find that frag, falling back, being very smart there, just trying to play the numbers. They're 4-on-4. They know where he is. There's no reason to keep pushing. However, that is going to give control over to Infinity as they push on the site.
As they're able to push in the site now, as they do in fact take a laundry wall down. Tabs only defender now. A little bit of a drop shot. They're able to find Tryhard. But can you spot the EMP planner? That's the question. He is in fact starting to roam, but Cosmos catches Tabs from the side. Zab's still trying to hold it for his dear life. Oh, look at that, Jesper. Learn to reload, Cosmos. But anyways, oh, here it is. There's that EMP. You just gotta learn how to play angles. There it is. That EMP is back going to be dropped. Zab is gonna get aggressive. You're able to find the first, but you cannot get the second onto Dolphin. You know where the EMP's at. So all you have to do is just play the time. Fuse is still lurking. 2v2. This is still in favor of Revolt. They have the HP advantage. Can you spot anyone on the corner? The answer is no. That is fully cleared. GTC is in fact hanging around by tools. Can you spot it? But Fuse.
I think Fuse made a footstep there. I think he made a little bit of a footstep.
Make a footstep. Oh, he's lurking, but oh my god, talk about timing. You're able to find GTC as well as compacted, able to find Dolphin as Revolt go 1-0 in the map.
You know, very close there. You know, Fuse was able to get the trade Hazel out, which I think was huge because Hazel dropped very early into the round, making it a 5v4. Fuse being able to pick up that kill. It looked like Trico was standing on top of Tools, actually looking at the entrance for a little bit, and then actually turned around right when Fuse was peeking. Fuse, as you mentioned, he needed to find the timing. He found the timing, was able to pick up 2 kills for his team there, and it helped them close out the round. GTZ hearing Fuse and not able to connect the shots that needed to land, and it just ended up falling apart there at the end when they weren't able to. Once they lost control of the EMP, I think that's where it kind of started to go downhill. As Revolt were able to retain control of the counter in kitchen. They were able to make sure that the EMP wasn't going to be going down and able to close out the round. Now we're going to be seeing a top level bomb site here and a lot of players towards balcony. We see Hazel very, very close, going to be taking the first contact if we end up having multiple players swing through here. And it does look like we see Tryhard going to be potentially looking to move into the living room. Or the family room, rather.
Hazel's in a pretty bad spot right now. You're able to spot where the window is, but now you're fully exposed. You cannot move at all. You're gonna get aggressive. You're able to find off it, but you immediately get refragged. You're able to get one, but Cosmos with that drone, that's gonna clear out balcony. So now they're able to get the EMP. They could just run back in. As Cosmos does spot one of the players inside bedroom. So now they're just gonna make the push. They might try an A execute. As Tryhard is on the stairs watching that door. As they're able to spot compacted coming outside, but now he's going to be forced to back off. Fuse is still lurking towards that bottom floor. Still no progress yet, as there's an equal trade as Tryhard gets into a little bit of a conflict with Tabs, as they're both able to trade equal amounts of damage, but there's a pre-fire. Cosmos does not have foam to work with. That's going to be on GTC to go with the foam. There's that utility. I'm not sure if that was a frag or what. That wall does in fact drop Tryhard as well as GTC. They're able to run in. That EP is going to go down. Zab has to try to defend for his life. Cosmos does in fact fall to Zab. 3v3, but Tryhard finds Zab. Tabs does get dropped all down to Fuse in a 1v3. Can he find Tryhard? The answer is yes. Can you find GTC? He is in fact low. The answer is no. You're looking the wrong way, as Infinity, they're getting around their own.
And I think Fuse, he had good timing there, but it ended up being a little too slow, as his teammates actually died on site before he was able to get behind and crunch on the back of it. He ended up being stuck off of the site, still too slow moving up the stairs, and then even though he was able to find one who had no idea Fuse was there, Fuse's position was completely unknown. As soon as he gets the one kill, now he's getting a 1v2 situation where they know exactly where he is, and Fuse knows where no one is, turning the round heavily in the favor of Infinity. And Infinity getting a nice little round for themselves here, 1-1 in the second round. We're going to see third round now coming out, the basement bomb site, as Infinity is looking like they might be going towards barrels, potentially an A site crunch. I do see a lot of plays through the hatches here because it gives you so much control over the rotation points between A and B. And, that's exactly what you want to have, is if you can control the enemy's rotations, you can restrict their movements. It lets you have so much more space to play with, and you only need one player to commit to that hatch. Doesn't look like Infinity is going to be playing anyone towards the hatch, and we're actually going to see everyone towards the barrels. And Hazel, again, is going to be the most aggressive player, looking like they will be the first contact.
Yeah, and then this time a little bit of an interesting call. They're going to try and push Winery. Hazel does in fact get spotted, so she's going to have to run away. As now, essentially, I do believe the side of Infinity, they're able to get Winery for free. They're able to control that portion of the map. But look where it is. Oh, Hazel. She gets spotted by a drone. A little bit of a jiggle there. Cannot find it. So they still know where Hazel is. They can try and make progress now. Hazel, she's still hanging around arcade. Now she has to back off as the side of Infinity. They got into sight. They got into long hallway.
We do see, they're able to get a lot of that control. Hazel was very, very aggressive in the previous round. We saw her running outside, going 1-for-1, and now we're seeing her back up. Fuse
timing. You're able to find off it, but can you find Tricker on the window? The answer is no. Now Tricker's gonna swing in as Tryhard's able to find Tabs. But there's the refrag coming in from Hazel, able to get the second 3v2, as that EP is in fact dropped. GTC and Trickle, last one's alive. Revolt are looking good right now. They have everything to work with. They are still defending the bomb sites as much as they can. EMP has to get picked up anyways. 1:40 left on the clock. The best you can do is buy time if you're on the side of Revolt.
And that's exactly what they're going to want to do. Trickle's looking to move down these stairs, potentially gain a little bit of space back as they are in this 2v3 situation. And Revolt have been very happy just to move back to site, give the space over, and say, we know we have the numbers. We're just going to hold the angles now. And so we're probably going to be seeing a pretty patient minute 30 here, and it'll probably come down to a push at the very end, as both Trico and GTZ are playing very slow, trying to claim the space back, because behind any corner there could be a Revolt player. See a little bit of pings come out into the arcade, and they should be able to recover this EMP with ease. Looks like GTZ is a little hesitant, thinks someone might be holding it. Which, I mean, you have to be
a bit more cautious here. Oh no, and
there's the
Zav from the bar. Talk about finding angles. I think that was a pixel peek if I'm correct. And now it's all down to GTC. I think the better option is just go for the save or no, he's just gonna opt to play. He's just gonna go for it. Or 30 seconds left. Does he decide to push halls? He's gonna go. He's just gonna go play. 1v3. Can you do something within 30 seconds? You're gonna get the foam wall down. He's gonna be pushing into sight. Can you spy Hazel? The answer is no. You're able to spot it, but can't get the kill. As Revolt get their round win.
And a very quick peek there from the Slav. He peeks out, instantly is able to pick up a kill, and on a Trico, making it so GTC is in that 1v3 situation. I think a save would have been something to consider there. Does look like they're gonna have a decent economy. I mean, they're still able, Cosmos is still able to buy a rifle, so we are going to see Cosmos with a rifle. We're going to see Trico with a rifle. Would have been nice if GTC also had a rifle, but that was just possibly a little interesting call, deciding to push in and damage the economy instead, or potentially win the round. However, for Revolt, they've got all the money they need. They have all the util. We see trips going down. That door is heavily enforced, double tripped, static, and door blocker. Don't push that door. Now, the only thing, if they decide to push the wall right next to the door...
He's getting mugged! He's getting mugged!
Nothing.
Tabs is getting mugged!
Oh, no! And he gets away clean. Unless Compactor is going to continue to chase him down. He's going to chase him behind the tub. And decides to leave him ultimately alone. Wandering back to B site to defend.
Another life saved. We call that crime stopping here.
And we are going to see, though, on this balcony again, we're going to see some more play here. Looks like we have a little bit...
Oh boy, here we go. This Trico... Oh no, Fuse!
Very early!
Trico from the lurk, that is one less attacker. Oh my god.
Not even
now
2
there's
seconds
no progress.
into the
You
round.
lose a defender, you lose an attacker.
And that's going to slow Infinity down so much here. As now they have to be really cautious, because Fuse could still be anywhere.
Fuse is still lurking, but he's around the first floor bomb site this time, as everyone else is hanging around A. There's pre-fires this time, as Fuse is still trying to catch one on the lurk, but no one from Infinity is bulging. Instead, they're hitting balcony, so maybe if Fuse decides to start pushing now, he might be able to find one.
It looks like he is going to be potentially taking a firefight here very soon. His timing,
I think that's
learned
foam
from
wall.
last round.
I think there's a foam wall. I think... No, there's pre-fires this time, but there's the wall coming in from Cosmos.
You heard it in the future.
Yeah. I'm a time traveler. But anyways, that's gonna drop. There's a nade, I think. No, oh no, that doesn't go well, as the Molly buys enough time, but look where that nade is. That's gonna knock Tabs and compacted. There are half elves, as they're gonna be forced to use the stim. There's that pre-fire. They're able to spot Zap, though.
The Slav playing the floor is lava for a second. They're hiding in the corner. And we are going to see... Oh, there's Fuse with the 2K on the flank. As GGZ gets Hazel.
But Fuse is still lurking. There's GGC. He's in a little bit of a stick situation. He's finally able to get Fuse, though. And Dolphin, she's hanging around showers. But, oh, talk about timing. Compacted does find GTC. Dolphin all on her, but it does not matter. As Revolt are going up 3-1.
3-1 there. Fuse learned from the previous round. He said, okay, I was too slow last time. I'm going to be a little bit quicker. He was able to find such an early kill right through the window. Not even 2 seconds into the round, that window drops. And I think both players were a little shocked. You kind of see both of them were like, oh, hello there. Almost a little bit of a meme. And it's been Fuse is able to find the shot and just immediately put Revolt at an advantage. Nice little double trip there from Tabs on the stairs. We'll have to see if that catches anyone pushing down the big stairs. But again, just so huge, and then Fuse was able to get more on the flank. I believe he dropped a 3K that round, and even though the nades were landing, all the util was being exhausted there onto the A site, and in the end, Revolt were able to hold it together. Tabs was able to get the kills. The fact that he didn't die to the nade was massive, able to get nice and healthy again, healing up. We are going to see bot Enzo join the battle. Hopefully we'll be able to see him get replaced by Cosmos there. Cosmos back right away, just before the round starts.
Refund the omen. Okay, no. Alright, anyways, this time it's a little bit more of a basement approach. Try hard does affect the foam wall, so you may get an interesting play as there's shots being exchanged, but look at that angle coming in from Tabs. You're able to knock Try Hard down to critical HP as everyone else is surrounding Jim.
Very slow play here. Tabs just jiggling back and forth. Tabs has the rifle. They can play the range here. And on the side, Trico's the only one with a rifle for his team.
Oh, there's the
Cosmos,
wall.
ONGTZ.
Yeah, the wall drops down, but can Fuse get at least one pick coming in from that launcher window? Oh, there's the nade. That unfortunately, that's gonna hit nothing. So maybe if they played a little bit more passive, maybe you'll be able to find one. But Tryhard and Dolphin, they're still holding that garage. Just maybe be able to catch one on the lurk. But there it is, Hazel. She's getting aggro. She's able to find one, but you essentially lose the Vez in there. As Hazel does spot one player around that generator. As hopefully Zav gets the nade. That unfortunately you're not gonna find anything. Taps gets aggressive. You're able to find Trico, making it a 4v3.
It's 2 rifles that they're going to be trying to recover. Hazel dropped a rifle right inside the gym wall. I thought Slav was possibly going to try and recover the rifle, make it so they couldn't pick it up. But there's a rifle there is going to be a target, and then Trico's rifle, obviously, potentially get a rifle into every player's hands as they try to do this 3v4.
Yeah, they're trying to make enough space, but that nade does hit Fuse as well as take out the door block. So kind of unfortunate, but a little bit of a bittersweet there, as you don't get it in the specific area you want, but you're able to knock someone down to 25, as maybe a smoke this time. Oh, there's a smoke. So maybe some progress made if they do decide to push, but in a 3v4 situation and essentially no progress made in terms of map control, basically not. And it's a little bit worse now as Compacted is able to find GTC. You can't get the kill on the Tabs. Assuming that you can't control recoil with that Omen there. Can we get an Omen kill for in the finals? Can we get an Omen kill? The answer is oh no, I hear a dink, but Tabs finishes up. Oh my god, I can't even speak now.
He dinked him for, I'd like to point that out, he dinked him for 11 HP. Tabs healed up to full health, and that Omen dinked. Granted, it was a little bit of a wall bang, but shooting pellets, the Omen dinked him for 11 HP. Really unfortunate that Cosmos wasn't able to refund that gun. I feel like a Cyclone does just as much damage with just less bullets. And now we're just going to see a little more damaged economy as they come into this next round. Is, you know, Cosmos isn't going to be able to buy a gun. They are opting to, looks like they're going to force a little bit here. And Revolt just having 4-1 lead. And this is the half. This is the 6th round. So last round of the half before we end up moving and switching sides. And you're going to want to be spending everything. You know, I want to see Trico drop in more util because he has 1600 still. Does he realize?
I don't think he does.
Okay, we see util coming down now.
I say there's like a util swap. Oh no, there
it goes.
Okay,
there it goes. He spent $1,000 on util, 1400 on util. Thank goodness, because I was gonna say if he finishes this, you know, buy phase with 1600 still, I'm gonna cry.
I mean, Revolt are doing good right now. They have a ton of economy, and I'm assuming that they reinforced basically everything as there's still garage plays, but I believe that's Hazel that went aggressive. The answer is yes, you're able to get the first pick. And, wow. Talk about getting aggressive at the right time. That nade's gonna go through that. Molly's gonna buy enough time. Now there's a drone. I do believe that comes from Cosmos, as now there's a little bit of exchange coming in. But, pretty much you're in a disadvantage as Cosmos does find Fuse. I think from that garage area, Cosmos does find 2. Now it's a 3v4. This looks winnable for Infinity.
Again, yeah, no, and Hazel's just so aggressive. Absolutely feeling it, but they are going to lose all control of garage. Is Hazel in laundry? I think she is potentially in laundry. Is she holding from the side? We are going to see a smoke. Hazel is in laundry, so she'll be ready to swing and try and contest this clothes here. Not able to find anything.
No, she gets completely overwhelmed by 2 players. Oh my god, GTC's on an Oriel. But anyways, back to where we were, 26 HP. But Zav able to find Trico with a head glitch there. Now the stim, that's going to come in from Zav. Now they're essentially on full HP. Infinity, 140. You still have time to work with, but no frags. You only have a Bricky phone to work with. You can obviously buy enough time, but no, Dolphin falls, making it fully even, 2v2. Frag there, GTC able to find Zav. That clears absolutely nothing. GTC automatically on half health. You have no stun to work with, so Cosmos is going to be your main line of defense. They're going to push in at the same time. Cosmos falls. Can you find GTC? Can Taz find GTC? And basically make it 5-1. There's pre-fire coming in from Laundry. And no stim to work with.
Tabs is hitting absolute beams here. He's just snapping to their heads. Great shots coming through. And GTZ's just watched his whole team get wiped out by one man. 30 HP left to contest him. Kind of a little mob boss. Tabs is holding a very, very nice angle. And he knows GTZ is stuck in this corner.
Yeah. Now, it's just, it matters on GTC if he does have the great game sets to either just go for the foam and blow it up. There it is. But will he peek Doherty? The answer is yes. There's the drop shot, but no! GTC with the headshot there. 4-2, and we are swapping sides. A 2-round difference from either team.
And is this what we're going to be seeing? Are we going to see a momentum shift now here? Because I did predict a 7-4 scoreline. So if Revolt gets no more rounds, that would mean Infinity would win 7-4 scoreline. I'd have 2 up on you, Heritage. I don't know how that feels.
All right. There's a reason why you play color, okay? I just speak it and just explain whatever's going on.
Well, as we're moving here now, that we do have the side swap. We are going to see Infinity moving over to the defense, and we are going to see Revolt attacking now. And we're actually starting off on the level 0 bomb site. So a little interesting is we're going to be seeing some of the plays here, seeing some of the setup. And it looks like Revolt are going to be wanting to contest in storage here. They're going to be wanting to contest the gym wall. Very, very common spot to try and to contest, because if you can smoke off the left side of B, smoke off parkour, smoke off the entryway, or gain control of storage, it lets you plant the bomb fairly safely and holding from outside, just giving you a really nice early plant. And we are going to see pretty much that exact thing happening here as they gear up towards this gym wall and already have a foam down.
Yeah, then it's the same tactic. They rolled a nade, except this time it hits Tabs. So that's one of your stems gone. That wall does in fact dropped. But no action yet. There's nothing to follow it up. Compacted does in fact jiggle peek at once. Dolphin going to be the first line of defense, be able to spot if one player does in fact go. Going to back off for a while, but that's going to leave GTC all alone, as well as get to support Cosmos.
You can see GTZ just holding the pink.
There's the plant. I hear the plant. There it is. That's going to be on the wall. Hazel is going to fall, but that EMP planted. All they have to do is play on the outside and defend for their lives. Tabs is in a bit of sticky situation as he does fact fall. Compacted the only one alive. But no, Zav is the last one actually, as I talk out of my words, but that defuse might be going down soon. But look at that angle. Trico talked about playing from the window there. Double peek, and it works in their favor. Infinity get their 3rd round. Maybe this momentum boost is happening.
Yeah, it looks like they have had a little shift of momentum. You know, maybe someone had a little bit of a pep talk, and we see shots landing. GTZ doing massive for his team, 8-4. Very wise. They were able to swap him out. And I think Revolt there, they just didn't have enough space. They didn't, one, you don't have the util to really support that kind of plant on the pistol round. You can't, emit smokes and reaching foam and a drone or a syringe. You can't emit all that util at the same time when everyone's still buying Cyclones. So they just don't have the util to support that kind of blitz plant strategy, and they end up trying to plant dry. Now they did get the bomb down, which was huge, planting it deeper, but they ended up not having the control, and they just got collapsed on and leaving Slav by himself. So, very difficult situation there for Revolt as they all start dropping on site. And the fact that they were able, from parkour, they weren't able to clear that out, just gave so much value to the side of Infinity that they could just keep taking people down from parkour, and they were just happy to sit there behind the nice cover of parkour while one's planting. We are going to see now, moving towards this top level bomb site. So we're going to see a very, very similar strat as Infinity had, where we're going to be looking at putting some people towards this back entry, the living room here.
Oh, they door blocked the bedroom connector, which is surprising. But Dolphin does spot Tabs. As Compacted and Fuse, they're going to make their way, as now Infinity can start to progress. They know no one is hanging around Balk. So they could just obviously go for the attempt of get the foam wall down. There it is. But everyone on the side of Infinity, they're ready. If they decide to push, Infinity's saying, hey, go ahead. We're just going to overwhelm you. As Trico there, oh, look at that nade. That's going to bounce. Oh, no, that's a molly, but that doesn't connect on Tabs, though. There's doubling enough. The Tab is kind of stuck. That EP does back drop. The question is, if they're going to send one Infinity player to hit the lurk, the answer is probably not, but Compacted does find Trico. As now there's still the fight there, hanging around A bomb site. Everyone else is still hanging around towards Balk. Compacted a little bit, stuck now. He can't retreat, but the best option for him is just play around the outside as essentially look where that EMP is. I do believe that is no. Oh my god, what a nade from GTC, able to clear out Compacted, but everyone else is still holding that EMP from the outside. Infinity, they're starting to push up. They're playing around Balk. It's Hazel. She's basically stuck. She's gonna have to try and V-crush her way out. Zab is hitting the long flank though. Dolphin able to find one, but Zab, as GC tries to hit the EMP all down to Dolphin as well as Zab 1v1. Can you find it? The answer is no. Zab drop shotting there as it is 5-3 in favor of Revolt.
5-3, you know, a lot to kind of unpack there as they tried to get on the site. Infinity had a really good setup. I think it was really smart having that door blocker there because it kind of forces a funnel as you're saying, hey, come to the A site. This is where we're set up. This is where we want you to push. We know you guys like pushing the A site, and they kind of tried to almost guide them there, almost like a sheep to the slaughter. And Revolt ended up saying, okay, we'll go there. We're going to take the site. We're going to plant the bomb, and then we're going to win the round. But not without a fight. Infinity would put up a very strong fight there. The incendiary grenade not quite landing close enough to the EMP plant did force Tabs to sit in the corner and take damage repeatedly from the static field. He took quite a bit of damage from the static field, but nothing from the incendiary, and that ended up letting him get out, as that didn't quite land deep enough. So the very, very nice setup there from Infinity. I think if that incendiary had landed a little bit closer, it would have killed the planter, and if it had killed the planter, then there would have been very little counterplay for Revolt, because they would have had to try and swing through to then recover the EMP, then plant the EMP, and they were in ended up being a 1v1 situation, very close, as now they're moving into the level 0 bomb or level 2 bomb site on this first floor.
Yes, there's a bit of an early nade coming in that does fact knock Tabs, but essentially I feel like it's always so interesting that they're obviously opting to just lose control of Garage. They don't stack any type of utility, but there's that free fire there. I do believe there's nades, there's that wall, so they're gonna obviously go for, I believe, Laundry, but Hazel does find one, but Cosmos immediately gets the refrag. That wall does fact drop, but completely overwhelmed. Cosmos able to find a second with a low tier gun. Damn, call that $2,900 down the drain, as Hughes does find GTC, but you still haven't found Cosmos, who's been basically putting up numbers this match. Now Fuse has to find angles, but 2 minutes left on the clock. There's obviously still time to work with. The only difference is that for the side of Revolt, you're down on health. You only have one stim, and that's on Zav. But speaking of health, that's minus 200, as Dolphin's the only one alive. They know where Dolphin's at. It's a 1v3 at this point. Compacted rushes through and finds Dolphin, as it is 3-6. Map point in favor of Revolt. Can Infinity repeat it again and maybe send us to a draw?
This is very, very close. If Infinity can pull together a few rounds here, I just don't think Infinity had the util that they needed to try and contest that, because they had so much committed on the previous round. You know, they had everything on the previous round. They had rifles, and that round they were trying to still force into it. We saw the Oriole come through. Now we're seeing Vezins come through, and they aren't going to have as much money to commit on util. Revolt, again, just looking so healthy. All the players playing very well. 7 is on the board. Everyone, you know, getting ready to drop 10. GTZ is the only one to break 10 kills, and the rest of his team sitting with an even 5 across the board. So, you know, everyone's playing very, very well, firing on all cylinders. I imagine the nerves are starting to get set in as well, as they have this second point, or this second map. Now we are around 10 of 12 map points here for Revolt. And we've seen this before. They went map point on the previous round, and Infinity ended up being able to bring it up into a draw at the last second. So hopefully we'll be able to see some more gameplay here from these players.
Oh, talk about instant action, as Trico gets the first kill, but obviously gets the revive. So it's still fully even. Dolphin, oh yes, we got a Canuck play coming in from Dolphin. He's been so damn good with that. But anyways, it's still a 4v4, but they're opting to just give up hatch.
They have given complete control, and Dolphin just kind of sitting here playing for sound audio cues, not really looking for any fight in particular. Potentially, if anyone decides to come down the little stairs there, be able to pick up a kill, or the big stairs. As that is going to blow the wall now, and they are going to get a little bit more space.
They're hitting the
Now,
wall now. There's the flash, but that's gonna clear absolutely nothing. Tab's able to find Cosmos, so that's still a player advantage as the map may be closed out. But I do believe, I'm not sure that was a trip art or what, but that EMP is in fact going to be planted. No one, and I repeat, no one from Infinity is holding up any type of defense. It's all on the retake game at this point. As Tryhard does fall, but there's a refrag coming in for Dolphin. She finally has the vest, so she's able to come in. But you're able to fly back and make it to a 2v2. Now there's the regroup. You're hanging around storage, but look where the side of Revolt are. You can see Tab sees around the outside. Can you spot the player on parkour? That is the question. It's who gets the first spot? Who spots the player? But there's the head. Hazel dropped, but or does not drop. Dolphin does back drop. There's the pre-fire coming in for GTC. It's all on him at this point. 1v2, call it a winnable. As the time winds down, all Hazel has to do is just run back, run the boiler, bust GTZ. As Tabs finally drops, as Revolt finally get the first map win.
and Revolt are going to pick up that first map, and very, very well played there. We saw very quick plays. Hazel being so aggressive throughout this whole map. You know, really, really aggressive stuff from Hazel. And absolutely love seeing pretty much getting the first blood most of the rounds, with either then getting traded out instantly or picking up the first blood and getting away clean with you know, some kind of trade. Very, very early kills on both sides. And then we ended up seeing here the maps were just falling to the sides of Revolt. They ended up being too oppressive. They had too good of a hold here, and Infinity wasn't able to quite close it out. They did put up a pretty good fight. I think GTZ did make a huge difference here for Infinity, but it ended up just not being enough, even though he was going 10-7, ended up not being able to close it out completely. And now we are going to be moving here on to map 3. And we are going to jump right into map 3. We're going to be getting in to Skyscraper will be the last map. So what are your thoughts here? Skyscraper is defender sided. I think players are starting to get more of a handle on how to attack Skyscraper. We're starting to see some more even score lines as attackers, and not just kind of a slam in defense and then another reverse slam as the side swap. So what do you think we're going to be seeing here as we move into Skyscraper?
I actually don't know what is going to happen. I'm too lazy to analyze the games, but I think we look at past stats. I think I could pull up what was going on, and yeah. But anyways, if we look at what happened with, I think Infinity, when they sent it to Skyscraper, they made it 7-1, and it was a complete stomp. And then for the side of I do believe Revolt, they went 7-0 against Shikibirichi, so they both showed dominance on this very map.
They did both show dominance here on this map. They're both very strong on this map, and I'm excited to see what they can do here moving into the very end. What are we going to be seeing here on map 3? Now, Infinity needs a win here if they want to bring it to a tiebreaker. They need a win because, and they're gonna need a pretty comfortable win as well, because Revolt had such a good win on their hideout. That was a 7-3 scoreline, a very, very strong win. Now I'm going to count that against you, Heritage, because it wasn't 7-4, but it's just
I was one round off. Okay,
you were
one round.
One round off.
One round.
Yeah, but it was still a round off, so we're gonna take it in my favor still. So that's 2 on the board for Ripster. I'm gonna take that one. That
doesn't count. You said the exact same stat, but you said Infinity. All right, I got the map winner. Okay.
Okay, so you got fine half a point. How about that? We'll call it a half point.
Dude. Okay, what are you expecting to do? Like, map 3. Oh, we're gonna make it 6-6 then. Okay.
You want map 3?
I believe in a Skyscraper draw.
A Skyscraper draw. Now that would put Revolt as the winner.
Yeah, that would put
winning map 2.
That would put them as championship winner.
Now, I want to see, just because I want to see a deathmatch here at the very end, I do want to see a deathmatch. I'm really hoping Infinity can pull this one through. If Infinity is able to pull this one through, I'll be absolutely stoked. But it is going to be a very difficult map here. We are going to move back over to NA server, so we are going to see the ping advantage for the side of Infinity. I think they're going to be playing NA East to try and make it a little bit more even between EU and NA, but there's still going to be a little bit of advantage for NA, obviously, because they're on the NA side. So we'll be seeing here. Hopefully, that little bit of an advantage will allow Infinity to close this out and bring us to a death match.
I really maybe a deathmatch, but anyways, if you're enjoying the stream here, if you are on, maybe support us. You know, we finally got affiliated. Thank God. Please, if you have Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, there should be something next to that follow button. If you're not followed, then what the fuck are you doing? But anyways, back to the action. If you are followed, there should be something called subscribe. Give us your money and you know, help support the production and basically help this thing keep this thing alive because we love VR.
Oh, we absolutely love VR. We love doing these casts as well. And if you do have a Prime membership already with Amazon, then it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe because you already have Prime, which is kind of a benefit there. So something
Man,
that you
I
could
love
consider
Jeff
doing if you're
Bezos.
enjoying the content.
But anyways, we're just gonna be waiting on the players to just hit that little red button.
It does
Maybe,
look like
please, just one
Cosmos
button. All it
doesn't
takes is
quite
one
have.
button.
All it takes is one click. One click is all it takes. As Cosmos doesn't look like they actually have their headset on. Reanimates to life here. They are back in the game, and I believe that means we're gonna be having a button hit.
Oh, here we go.
Soon.
Wait, I think we get in. Thank
And
God.
there's
Okay,
the button
let's
press.
go. Map 3. We are going to Skyscraper, but this time I do believe Infinity will start as defending, as they are gonna start as defense. So, what should we expect from both teams?
I think here what we're going to be expecting, we have, you know, Infinity on the defense for the start. We're going to be having a lurker. Really, on Skyscraper, you have to have someone lurking. We already see it. It looks like that Trico moving very far out, pretty much to the opposite side. And this is very common. This is exactly what you want on Skyscraper, is a player to play very far out, very late in the game, and just really wanting to have that crunch ability and just kind of stay hidden, not necessarily even getting the first blood or the entry frag for their team, but just kind of staying a question mark. If they can just hold that position for long enough, it's going to buy a lot of time for Infinity, as Revolt's going to have to be clearing out the flank. And it looks like Revolt is planning on doing that, as they're starting on the opposite side. They're going to be pushing on the opposite side of the map from this green screen here. And Trico, again, here in radio, just going to be playing for audio cues. And that's exactly what we're going to want from Infinity, is just this one lurker, and this lurker needs to get value. If they don't get value, it's very difficult to win on defense.
Yeah, and then this time they're gonna just push through stairs. Oh, Tabs went straight into it. He does in fact have breaching film, so obviously the XQ might be around green screen, or studio side, whatever you call it, or B if you're just lame. But there it is. There's the first, as Hazel's gonna be able to get the wall down there. So there's the drone. There's that frag. Tryhard does spot Hazel on that hallway, but Tryhard gets the knock down. It's automatically hit, automatically dead. That EMP is back, going to go down. Fuse is able to get that refrag, but GC from the flank, able to get it down to a 3v2. That EMP is back planned, so you're going to have to get that defuse. But even with the numbers advantage, but it does not matter. Talk about a clean sweep, as Infinity are going up by 1 round.
That's exactly, Trico was able to get on the back of it at the very end, crunching down onto the site. And that's what you want from your lurker. That's what you want. That's where you want the value. Because if they die early on, you're not getting any value. Even if they get 1 kill and then die, they go 1 for 1. It's not really any advantage for your team, because now you still have a 4v4 and you have 2 sites to still hold with the same number of people to hold it. Having one person able to flank and stay alive till the end is absolutely massive. We see the assist there from Trico. GTZ going massive again. Two kills up there for GTZ. And you know, Fuse was the only one able to pick up kills. It was a nice idea there, a nice little execute onto the B site or onto studio, but it just didn't. The shots didn't end up landing. They didn't end up coming through in time, as Infinity was able to just hit those shots first and bring the round over, putting the first round of this last map in their favor. And we are going to be seeing a little bit of a save round here for both teams again, because they're all going to want to buy up on the 3rd round. Actually, it's Dolphin. Looks like they're going to hero buy a rifle, which will be super exciting. We've seen It's Dolphin hit some pretty amazing shots. You know, she's definitely very adept with the Vezin. And so the hero buy and a roam nonetheless. So we're going to have a hero buy roam. This is very risky, because if It's Dolphin falls, she's dropping a Vezin into the hands of the enemy team. And that's a huge kind of blunder if she ends up falling. So we got to see her live into the late round. Meanwhile, Revolt's playing very quick here.
Yeah, no, definitely playing quick as Tabs is able to first find the frag on the Cosmos, but still no progress. You find that one defender, but everyone else is still around that lurk. 2 players from the side of Infinity are lurking, but it's more of a time of who can catch each other first. But there it is. Dolphin does find Crack the Dot, but Hazel's able to get one trade. But now they're able to swarm into sight as there's no defender there. They're able to get the EMP down this time, as Dolphin from behind still able to get a second. But that EMP is gonna get planted. There it is. As now I think everyone could be just play around the outside as it's a long mark on to play, or not.
We see here, dead silent. The EMP's gone down, but all players kind of pumped the brakes as Revolt is just waiting for the attack. It's Dolphin's going to have to go massive with this Vezin here. We don't see any sound yet, but she's not looking the right way. Is she going to clear Fuse?
Dolphin. Oh, she's just gonna get aggressive. I don't think she spotted Fuse. They're gonna push inside. Trico able to find one, but Hazel from the doorway does get spotted, but it's all down to a 1v1. Trico versus Fuse. They do get back spotted, but that time is ticking down on that EMP. But it's just whoever just gets the pre-fire first. Fuse is out of shots, but no, not out of shots. 1-1 getting Revolt their first round win.
And I think here, Revolt playing super smart. They're kind of trying to play to the counter of the one lurk. Because the map is so big and it's really common to send one lurker really, really deep and then have them slowly come and end up flanking on you. The problem with that is if you have a really fast hit on sight, you're just up players, and then you can turn and fight the flank together. And that's kind of what it looks like they're trying to do here, as they have these really, really fast sight executes. Within the first few seconds of the round, they're able to get control of the hallway, get some early control, and already have foam on the walls getting ready to hit the sights, or potentially even a pick, while the lurk is still sitting very, very distant and very far away. So we'll have to see here if Infinity recognizing that is going to rotate the lurker back and just kind of anchor down on the side, because Skyscraper does have some nice choke lines as well. For example, pushing into the broadcast room here, it's very difficult to push into this room because you have the one wall that you can push through, and then you have the doorway, and those are both choke points that you can hold pretty comfortably behind the computers.
Yeah, this time, oh, that flash did not kind of worked well, as Hazel does find Tricker. You managed to flash yourself, but you managed to flash your own opponent. So I do believe that's an instant control of hallway, as it is. So now, essentially, they could try and push a wall, as that wall is going to get fun by Hazel. Dolphin does get hit with a stim coming in from a GTC. But it's talk about execution. Execution-wise, you got the execution, but you cannot aim for shit. Fuse has to be the one to defend, as they're able to push in the side. That EMP is in fact planted on that wall. They're going to push through. Can you spot Cosmos? The answer is yes, but you can't execute it. But Fuse gets the frag as Revolt go 2-1.
Again, very, very quick here from Revolt. They dropped that wall within seconds. I think Hazel, the flash, actually, I don't think it quite flashed her. We switched off of Hazel's cam right when she threw the flash. So I think it looked like she actually flashed Trico only, but it looked like she flashed herself. Because if she swung through that, pre-fired Trico while being completely blind, that would be absolutely amazing. If that did happen, I'll take it. We'll have to watch that one back, see. But I think she only flashed Trico there. But nonetheless, they were able to get the control, foam that wall so early on. And even though she wasn't able to find any kills after blowing the wall, she already did her job. She got her kill. She was able to get the wall down, and that sight line was then opened up. So Revolt could then just start surrounding from servers, surrounding from the main hall, and just so much oppression there as they push down onto the site. And Infinity's really restricted. Infinity's not really able to move around much. We're going to need to be seeing something that allows them to potentially bring more movement in. Hopefully they'll be able to utilize some of this utility, some other tools, bring out some other strategies to get a little more mobilization on the team, because right now they're just being shot like fish in a barrel as Revolt surrounds them.
Yeah, and this time I think they're starting to learn from their mistakes. Trico is fact ready. Oh, talk about timing. Hazel is not ready. That's going to be the first attacker down. But Tabs is too late for the refair. I guess Trico gets the second. 5v3. Oh no, this is starting to fall apart for Revolt. Infinity might be able to tie it up, as it is definitely possible. 5v2, they made enough progress. They started to learn. Oh my god, what a nade from Cosmos. Talk about quick sweep. 1v5. Zav can't do anything.
And Slab, very low HP as well. Has the EMP, but no heals. Looks like they're just going to opt for a save here. Very early on in the round to try and save, too, as they run to the other corner of the map. Could be an interesting 2 minutes here as they move up to the rooftop. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of a reposition, see them try to contest this a little bit. But being on 25 HP, 1v5 against everyone, and all you have, yep, a little bit of dab on the rooftop, and we see he is going to go for a save. So, very kind of breaking that down. The Hazel is super aggressive, and we can see a little bit of dance moves. He's still making content for us, as he's got the Fortnite dance moves here.
Wait, make
Move
it an
there,
emote.
yeah, there it goes.
League managers, make it an emote. Make it an emote. If this ain't an emote, I'm gonna quit casting. If this is not an emote, I'm gonna quit casting. Okay.
I think Fortnite might have that emote copyrighted. I would not be surprised. But
Man.
you just learn the dance then. All you have to do, Heritage, they don't have to make an emote. You just have to learn the dance. And we do see
we just learned from Fortnite.
some shots just going up into the sky. But yeah, again, the shots just connecting for everyone. On the Trico, able to find 2, able to find Hazel, and then able to deny a refrag as well. Instantly putting the round in the favor of Revolt, or of Infinity rather. And the fact that Infinity, they were already up 5-3 and they kept pushing. Revolt just didn't really have any regroup. They weren't able to get together. And so the fact that they weren't able to regroup, they just kind of kept pushing in and kept getting picked off. We saw Dolphin getting kills. We saw GTZ getting kills. And it ended up, here we are, 2 minutes later, and Revolt in the 1v5 situation, safe on the rooftop, doing a little bit of aim training as he's taking out those borders, some of those billboards, as we have the last 15 seconds here. But we are going to see 2-2 Infinity versus Revolt.
I mean, I want to know what location we in with like those tower-based billboards.
So it's
Like,
the world of
I think this is like related to like Times Square or something.
Definitely potentially related to Times Square with the electronic billboards. I think potentially as well. You see like the little park down there. I think is very Times Square-esque. As that kind of reminds me of Times Squared.
I mean,
I love the KMS billboard. I'm not sure if you saw that. A little interesting. If you look a little to the right there, Ruby, down towards the park. There it is.
oh my God, KMS building. Oh, those are my favorite 3 letters. Every time when I'm furious, I type those 3 specific letters.
And now we're gonna be moving here into the next round. 30 seconds left before we get into this round. Hopefully, I mean, Revolt had a lot of time to strategize. You can't call timeouts in this game, but saving when there's still 2 minutes left on the clock is the great way to call a timeout and think about what we need to do. Looks like one of the players actually ran for a bathroom break in the meantime, as we now have Tom the bot with the EMP.
Oh,
so
boy.
This could be really bad here, as I wouldn't be
Get the
surprised
predictions
if
in
someone...
chat. Will the bot die within the first 20 seconds? Okay, never mind.
The
Okay,
bot
no,
is going to go in.
He's playing a level below, but
Vaulting in and out.
he's vaulting in and out.
Look at the movement. In and out. Oh my, Tom. Getting a workout in. But Tom is going to start moving up the stairs. And he's probably going to run into Dolphin. And he has the EMP.
Oh boy, here we go. That EMP's down automatically. So Dolphin does, in fact, get Tom. But talk about roster moves. I'm not sure if the league officials would like that type of roster move mid-match. But Dolphin might not be ready for Fuse on the top stairs.
I don't think she is ready for Fuse. Very content here. Just holding on these stairs. And we do see some free fire, so Dolphin will be aware. But they're pinching from the bottom of the stairs and the top of the stairs.
Oh, the
and Slab is
flash!
going to be able to find him.
The flash goes the wrong way, but GTC able to find Hazel as finally gets the EMP. But at that point, it's 4v3 down to a 3v3. You're able to take out the player on halls. Now you just control it. Everyone else is hanging around the bomb site. Compacted is still hanging around servers. Maybe you run into a... Oh, no, never mind. That nade's going to knock down Zav. Or no, that was not a nade. That was a tripwire. Cosmo's still holding the angle as everyone else on the side of Revolt. They're still hanging around hallways. That's still an effective area to play.
And we are going to see here, just gearing up towards this servers. I mean, they have the 3v3. They're able to pump the brakes. They have a minute 30 to still work with now. Cosmos knows they're in servers, knows at least one is here. Likely imagining two. Doesn't find anything. Ends up backing off the angle.
Now at this point, they fully control server. I do believe that door blocker is in fact down, as they do in fact have breaching foam. They could obviously opt to try and take down that server wall, but that molly, that's not sure which molly that came from. But that wall does in fact drop, so now Cosmos is kind of stuck as the side of Revolt. Oh no, they're gonna go around outer. Fuse is able to find Tryhard. They're still able, as Compacted looks away, trying to find an angle. Can you find Fuse? Oh my god, the drop shot fails horribly. Down to a 1v1. Able to find Cosmos. That Stim gets back. All down to a... It's all on Trico as well as Zab. Win the round, and you go up in the lead. And it matters a lot, especially if we go to next round, where it's essentially the final round of the first half.
Yeah, next round will be final round, and we do see Slav is going to be recovering another heal, so they're able to heal instantly if they end up taking a fight here. Trico looks like they're going to be holding back towards the A side, and that's going to leave a free plant there for the Slav.
Man, I can't believe that. Okay, so all Zav has to do is just buy enough time. Just let Trico come to you. You'll heal it is. Wow, I'm starting to have a stroke. All you have to do is let Trico come to you, and just hope you hear an EMP defuse. But for Trico, you have a lot of time to work with. That thing beeps for a long time. And
Trico is playing into Deslav's hand. He's rotating around through servers, which is exactly where Deslav was holding. Potentially able to find a timing, though, if Deslav decides to look away at the last second. But it doesn't look like. He seems very committed to hold the servers.
Oh, the tripwire. But there it is, Zav. Does in fact drop as Trico gets the round win, as now it's 3-2 in favor of Infinity.
I think Deslav just holding the angle too long, potentially losing a little bit of focus, losing some of his concentration, as you know, your eyes eventually you're just holding the same angle, nothing's moving, getting a little bit tired, and Trico ends up swinging that way. I kind of expected Trico to try and possibly clear through the back end of the room or coming through the doorway, but ends up swinging right into the Slav and just winning the gunfight despite being pre-aimed, you know, Trico, all he had to, or the Slav, all he had to do was pull the trigger. His crosser was right on his head, and Trico just ended up being faster and pulling the round out 3-2. Now we are going to see a 3-2 scoreline at the end of the half here, as we're going to see a tight half. I want to
cut to Tom real quick. Cut to Tom. Hold on. Where is he at? Oh boy.
He's getting aggressive again. He doesn't have the EMP this time though.
Can you believe, bro?
Tom is top of the leaderboard.
Bro, he is top fragging right now. Talk about talent. Yeah, so the observers thought it was a good idea to make a pun joke. Can we just send a little bit of hate? Don't make those type of jokes. As he does in fact find Tom died a little bit too young there.
Very early in the round, Hazel looking for a potential refrag. I mean, Tom is basically a drone at this point. A drone that does his will with his credits, and sometimes opens up sight lines that you don't want to open. Hazel, though, looking for a potential refrag, and this is so difficult now for Revolt. When you're starting off the round in a 4v5 situation, and they're playing very slow now. Now, this is in a situation where Infinity potentially could be looking to put another lurk very deep again, because Revolt's not going to have the firepower to clear it out.
They're playing a little bit more cautious now. Revolt are essentially... Oh, there it is. Tabs is finally back. But Trick goes on the stairs. He's ready for any type of lurk play. But it's just more of a, can you spot him or not? If you just play the cards right. Zav, as well as the side of Revolt, they're still hanging around. No progress made yet. As there's now a little, as Fuse does in fact get the foam wall down. But the moment that does in fact go down, Trico's gonna drop down instantly. As there it is, GC does find Hazel. But talk about angles, can you find it? Zav does find GTC. There's that nade that's gonna back off Zav for a little bit. He's not gonna try and play that angle again. Fuse with that cloak, he's gonna try and make an attempt. Try and make some space. As Zav is getting the foam wall down, but try hard, able to beam Fuse off immediately, trying to play around that hallway. But Dolphin, she's getting aggressive. Can you find Compacted in that corner, though? The answer is no. Talk about getting out of the water. As Compacted and Zav, last two alive. This is not looking great. Talk about NA difference.
Yeah, here it is an advantage here still for Infinity. You know, Slav 8 HP. I definitely just don't think Dolphin in particular was expecting someone to be so deep in the corner. They were pre-aiming to deeper into the hallway. They ended up getting caught off guard. Does look like they're gonna look at regrouping here. Is Trico still hasn't been spotted out? I don't think they're aware of where he is.
They haven't spotted Trico. Yeah, they haven't. I think Trico's just hanging around a wall.
Very patient from Trico.
A little bit more patient as, oh my god, if Trico, please just peek.
He'll get a 2K
Just
if he
peek. Please peek. It's just one little angle. It's just one little angle. 20 seconds left on the clock. Revolt have to make a move now, as now they're gonna start pushing in. Trico's gonna push up now, finding the first spot. Oh, but Tryhard gets the last kill. It is 4-2 in favor of Infinity. We are going to swap sides now.
And Trico able to find the timing. Such a long lurk, and that's what we talked about earlier, the really, really strong late lurks. And it's especially effective when you're starting the round up in a 5v4. And now we're going to be swapping sides here. And we also see Revolt have decided to move Tom off the leader, off the roster. Decided to get him out of there, and they wanna put Tabs back in. They tried Tom. It was probably not the greatest time to run a tryout, but Tom didn't make the cut. We have Tabs back at the top of the leaderboard.
In my personal opinion, Tom is GOAT. We should commemorate him for you know, top frat getting top of the score in a finals.
Tom with the top of the score. I do think personally, if I were to pick a bot on my team, I'd probably pick either you or Emil. It would come down to one of those.
You're calling me washed? Okay.
So, and we are going to see, though, moving towards possibly a servers here. Maybe an Among Us strat as we're coming towards this vent.
Hey, at least I won some scrims, okay? But anyways, oh boy, Tab is going to be the main defender, holding that server. But question is, does he obviously opt to back out? There's that drone. So Tabs is going to run away. That's probably expected, but then you lose server, you lose that wall. Oh no, he's gonna go back. He's gonna go straight into it. Tryhard does in fact get some movement in. He's gonna be inside of red room.
Very patient here as they just see who peeks first.
He spotted the pixel. Spotted the pixel. That does in fact hit Tryhard, but not for a lot of damage.
Still more than an Omen. Did do 17 points of damage. So I do appreciate the Cyclone there. And they are able to take control of servers here off that as well, as Revolt have completely backed out of the servers room.
As Revolt does in fact hear the footsteps of Infinity as they get full control of server. Zav on the lurk there, just hopefully maybe at the right time regroup with his team. But it's just all about the execute now. We do see Tryhard. He does back the wall down. Now here comes the smoke. That's going to go. The EMP is going to get planted, I believe, from that smoke. But Tabs tries to get a frag, but no. Dolphin's going to get the EMP. And it's Hazel. She's going for the flank. You're able to find one, but still making it a 3v4. Fuse makes it fully even, though. Now it's a full retake game for Revolt. If you're Infinity, but oh my god, able to find two. Talk about lurking. Zav able to get one. Just playing so patient. Now it's all on GTC. He knows the EMP's planning. He knows that Revolt has to push him. But doesn't work as Revolt, they go up 3-4.
Absolutely massive there from Revolt. The fat Hazel going absolutely crazy. So aggressive. Hazel is being an absolute monster here. And kind of a wild cannon. Swinging through the smoke. A little bit of a flank. Able to find one before getting traded out. And that's what you want to kind of break the tempo. Kind of break the tempo and start a retake, start the momentum into your favor. And Hazel's trying to be that entry fragger, even on the defense, to create that space for her team. And her team is able to roll with the space. They're able to get the rest of the kills. The lurks were able to come through, leaving GTZ by himself. And we are going to see 3-4 now. And as we come into this again, this is the final map here, which will determine who is crowned the victor of the Season 0 finals.
Season 0. I like to call it spring, but whatever. You can call it Season 0.
I like Season 0. It makes me feel special, I guess.
I was gonna say something that would definitely get me in trouble.
Yeah,
but,
definitely don't say that. Don't say that. It's okay. Everyone watching is thinking it, so you don't have to say it.
Okay, thank God. So anyways, we're gonna double up. We're gonna go back to back with the Cyclones again. As this time it's gonna be storage and green screen. We've seen Infinity do this before. I think they did it against Zenith or whatever. Or no, Wicked did it. I think it was Wicked. Yeah, Wicked did it, where you flash your own teammate. But pretty sure you remember.
Oh
that.
yeah, we casted that one where Wicked flashed their own teammate and pushed into this lounge room.
Double trip. Oh, talk about. So basically, they know
there.
just to not go push for it. You see Tabs hitting the long flank. But we all know Tom would do better on the flank. But you're able to spot Hazel with that drone. Cosmos finally gets off the drone as now they get full lounge control.
That is a lot of control there as well. And it does look like Tabs is going to be the only one kind of playing that lurk position. If they just kind of hold for him, potentially be able to find a timing on him.
As now they're able to get the wall down, but Compacted gets flashed. As now there it is. There's the drop. They're trying to play behind that little box there. Cosmos trying to find enough time, but Compacted a little bit of a spam there. Dolphin able to find Hazel. It's still a 4v3. Tabs with that lurk there, as Cosmos does finally find Fuse, but oh my god, Compacted with 2. Cosmos, last one alive, 1v2, no stim to work with, 43 versus 200.
And will
as
Cosmos be able to do it?
That gets aggressive with that drop shot there. As Revolt are going 4-4, we are tied up. Get some popcorn, as this is definitely going to be interesting.
And we are tied scoreline here, and not only tied scoreline, but so late in the game, we're still tied, very back and forth from all the players here. Everyone playing very well, Compacted with a very nice 2K. Unfortunately, it looked like Dolphins kind of swung into it and then ended up crouching into a headshot. Very, very unfortunate, but nice for Compacted as it allows them to bring this scoreline to full tied. Now we are going to be moving here into the restaurant bomb site as well. We'll like to see what ends up happening. It does look like they're going to be contesting right outside these windows. No one really looks like they're going to be moving inside or going for any hatch play, which I know hatches are kind of a huge resource on the B bomb site, especially because it allows you to cut off the rotation from A and B, similar to what you can do on Hideout. So interesting, we aren't seeing anything like that, as looks like we're trying to drop our gun into the abyss, but the devs knew wiser and won't let him do that.
Don't hit a civilian down there.
That's
pretty much dangerous.
Thing weighs like what, 8 to 12 pounds fully loaded. Can you imagine that hitting you in the head at 80 miles an hour?
I mean, there's the adage, if you drop a penny on the Empire State Building, you'll kill someone. But anyways, back to Breachers. Enough about it. Oh, the nade! That's gonna send the players off. That is a very good call there from Tabs with that frag. A tryhard. What? Hazel, why did you get aggressive?
Oh,
no, that goes nowhere.
Incendiary. What is going on? Is the incendiary does probably hit a civilian down on the floor below. Hazel just throwing her body out the window into literally the entire enemy team. Little questionable there from Hazel. We appreciate the aggression, but now it is gonna turn the tide in favor and fitting until Tabs gets a 2K.
Oh my god, 4v3 clearing out angles and smokes. There it is. 2 minutes left. You still haven't made any progress. You only got 1 kill, but that's about it. The only kill you got is because the enemy got aggressive. That's about it. But there you go. There's your progress. 3v3. Char does find Fuse, as both sides should be well defended, but no, B's actually open.
And that is looking like where they're going to want to be pushing here. Slav is going to be far away as well, not really able to lurk on B. And so B is going to be a very nice site to hit, but Infinity doesn't seem like they're very aware of that. They're still kind of peeking around, potentially waiting for another Hazel clone to fly out the window.
They wish. They really wish. It's 3v3. Oh, Zap does spot one of the players over. Oh, talk about getting beamed. Compacted sends his body straight to the ground.
And
now there's 1 minute 10.
GTC is literally just waiting for someone to hop out with a really hard off angle here. Very, very slow play now. They do have a minute left on the clock, which seems like a lot of time to work with, but looking at where they're trying to rotate around, that time could be gone very quickly. We do see it's Dolphin. She does have that Vezin. We've seen her do great things with the Vezin before, so hopefully we'll be able to see some more stuff continue with the Vezin here.
Yes, now they try to make some progress into B this time. Zap gets spotted. Oh my god, Zap on 5 HP. There's the spam coming in from the walls. 30 seconds left. They're opting to play it, but you don't have breaching foam. The only decision you could have to do is just go through the sewer or the little vent there. But that's foam. They're just going to defend that forever. The better option is just go for the save. Or no, they're just going to play into it. They're going to run into A. 10 seconds left. No, EMP, 10 seconds left. Yeah, you have to go for the EMP now. 8 seconds, but you get beamed from tabs. That is basically it. It is going to be 5-4, unless I take the words out of my mouth, but no, it's 5-4 in favor of Revolt. Talk about coming back.
Yeah, Revolt here are going to take the comeback. Tabs with a very nasty 3K. Able to pick up 2 through the smoke as they aren't able to enter on the site. One of them was actually a wallbang body shot. He was able to pick up a little bit of a, I think we call that a collat is the official term. So we did get the collat there and just completely denied anything. The round started off with a little bit of, you know, trollery, people throwing frag grenades out the window, which was able to do some damage. Incendiaries yeeted into the abyss, and then Hazel ultimately following. Very, very fun start to the round. In the end, though, it's going to fall to the side of Revolt, as Tabs is just going to be a powerhouse and pick up 3 kills for his team and just completely stop Infinity. Now the scoreline here, 5-4, and this is a very high pressure round, because if Revolt wins this, they're going to be put on map point.
Not even map point. It's basically series point. Remember, Revolt won on Hideout. So basically, if you let Revolt get to 6, any other round does not matter. Your tournament's basically over.
Oh, that's true. So this is basically series point right now, between, because if they draw this, Revolt will have the map 2 win on Hideout, and that will let them win the series. So Infinity really needs to pull together now. It does look like we see Dolphin force a Cadillo, and I think they are aware of the pressure that's going to be on this round.
Yeah, there it is. That foam's gonna go down. But there's the patience coming in from the side of Revolt. They know that they have time. They have all the time to work with. They know they only need 6. As Hazel, they do spot the door blocker going down. Talk about playing an angle going up on the table.
Hazel just kind of holding very patient. Everyone holding their breath here.
There it is. They're able to make some movement. Tryhard does back get the wall down. And Tryhard pushes through as Tabs able to find the first. But it's all that hash play. Hazel gets flashed as well as Tabs. You're going to overwhelm the site now. Hazel drops, but Fuse able to get a refrag. GTC does in fact get 1 though. But look at where that frag is. That's definitely going to hit GTC. That's going to fully kill. Trico does get it. But look where Zap is. He's on that flank. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm not sure if you're trying to kill the damn rats behind that couch. That EMP does in fact go down. 1v1. It matters all on Trico now. As Zap drops, that is basically it. The hope for North America is basically over. Europe stands on top. Revolt are your 2023 BCL Spring Tournament champions.
We do see a little bit of celebration there from the Slav, spraying the bullets of celebration here, as they are able to close it out. They're able to get 6 on the board, finish the plant off, make it official, and there it is. Revolters win, and Revolt wins as they go 6-4 here. Absolutely massive there. That 1v1 being very, very close situation. And we will see if they decide to play out these last potentially 2 rounds here. See if we can still make it a draw. But we see the celebration already coming through here for Revolt. As,
yeah, definitely talk about the underdogs. They were definitely expected to be out towards the 2nd week, but they made it farther than any other team can. And now they're just on top of the world right now.
Especially, yeah, we see the nice little huddle up circle as everyone is bowing down to each other. Very, very hype moment for the whole team. You know, we can imagine that if there was a jump button, they'd probably be jumping instead. But nope, all they've got is crouch, so we're gonna see him crouch in a circle.
This isn't hyper dash.
And Hyperdash doesn't have a jump button either.
I mean, technically you have a dash button, but oh boy, yeah. Let's go, Taurus for Trico.
Yeah, we do see a Taurus for Trico here. I want to see Hazel jump out the window again. You know, you already won. Let's see another jump out the window. And Trico's gonna go right in, swing in very early, as we do see. Ends up getting one before trading out. Deslav picks up two. As we see these players here, they're gonna finish off the map still. And GTZ in a 1v2, going 7-4. As Tabs is able to clean it up.
Finally
7-4
over.
Final score line.
Talk about a series.
Absolutely massive series and a massive run for Revolt as well, as they are going to be crowned the champions here of the Spring BCL, the Spring Breachers Championship League. Revolt is going to take the top, going much further, like you said, than anyone else could, because they won everything. Tabs going 12-8, Fuse going 12-7, absolutely dropping absolute bombs there, both of them breaking double digits. And Infinity put up a really good fight. They looked like they might have had something there. They had some rounds they were able to string together. They had bot Tom working for them as well. Kind of, they were able to send almost a spy over to the side of Revolt. But in the end, Revolt, in spite of all of that, in spite of being on NA servers and being down a bot, they ended up still winning 7-4. Absolutely massive rounds, and huge. And congratulations to Revolt as they were able to pick this up.
I'm fully exhausted. I mean, talk about getting it close. 7-4, the tight 1v1s.
Very, very tight, very close game. What else can you ask for? In a match like this, it's exactly what we were wanting. We saw drawn on the first map. Very, very close. Hideout did fall to the side of Revolt, but again, Hideout was that was their map. That's the map they wanted, and ultimately they were able to close it out in the end. You know, very exciting here. Now, for anyone else who is interested in getting in on some of the action and getting into Breachers, Season 1 is going to be starting here real soon in June, and the qualifiers are already ongoing. So if you want to get together a team, hop in the Discord, get in the Discord, and get your team together, and you can join. We already have over 80 teams in the league, and if you're wanting to join, get your team together, or try to join an existing team, hop in that Discord, and we might be able to see you here in the BCL as well.
Definitely as man, if this was just spring tournament, I cannot wait for the regular season.
Well, especially you know, the summer is going to be a little, I think, more hype as well. You have, you know, people able to take vacation time and things. I'm hoping I want to see lands in the future. That's what I want to see for BCL. If we could see lands here in the future, would be absolutely massive. I think the Breachers would be I would buy a ticket to go see a LAN. I think it would be absolutely, you know, what a treat to see, you know, people playing on stage and making it a completely even playing field as well in terms of ping.
I mean, definitely I think that should be it from us from the desk. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I think I'll call off the stream here. My name is Serge. This has been my co-caster Ripster. If you do want to start getting into Breach competitive, because I do believe a good portion of you are from the main Breach Discord server, don't be afraid to go down the link, or someone from the League Managers or mod, please link the Discord server to the Breachers Champions League, where there are a bunch of players ready for competitive. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Huge shout out to Revolt, you know, being the first team to win a spring tournament and essentially going into the Hall of Champions.
Congratulations. You guys have a great rest of your night, and thanks for joining us.
It's waiting, baby.